All right. We are live, guys. We are live. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. So just trying a couple things here. So it should be fine. Fresh. All right. Okay. All right. So this is the day we've been waiting for. This is the night we've been waiting for. In few minutes, we're gonna see what SNK is going to announce at the Japan Fighting Games Publishers Roundtable. This is something we've never seen before, right? I mean, these are the announcements that we were supposed to have at Evo, but because Evo got canceled, now we have this. So, are we hyped? Well, we are. We are really hyped. Really expecting to again, let's talk about what we expect from this event. It's gonna start in about 7 minutes, I believe. This is I'm streaming the Capcom link. The Bandai one is on Twitch only. I can't find it on YouTube, so I'm using the Capcom one. Hopefully, it's not different. If not, we'll change it as we go. So, what should we expect today? We'll talk about whatever is gonna show up. I mean, we'll even cover the other games that are not SNK, but of course, our focus are the SNK games. Now, what can I expect? What should we expect? Well, first of all, I'm still saying it. We are going to see the King of Fighters 15 tonight, as in few minutes, maybe. King of Fighters 15 is happening tonight. Maybe Samurai Showdown Season 3, I really hope so. Really hope so. I love that game so much, as you know, but let's see what happens. Now, what are we going to see in that King of Fighters 15 trailer? Well, hopefully some gameplay. I mean, there's definitely going to be some CGI in there, but I want to see some gameplay because SNK needs to show us the graphics. Remember, the graphics are the reason why King of Fighters 14 didn't take off as it should. It's a great game, but does not look great. So they need to show us the graphics so we know, right? We know how this game is gonna look like. Now, those of you who are watching the channel for the first time, please consider a subscribe, like this video if you do. And again, I do a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of documentaries, so really appreciate if you guys subscribe. Now, we should start in about 5 minutes. So I can see everybody here. I see a lot of I see some of my people that that are always on my streams. So thank you guys again. Thanks to everybody for being here, and I can't wait for this to start. Now, in terms of other games, we're gonna have some Street Fighter news, Street Fighter 5 news. We're gonna have some Guilty Gear Strive news, maybe Tekken news. Are we gonna have a new Capcom game announced? Street Fighter 6, baby? I don't think so. We have another season of characters for Street Fighter 5, so it might not be Street Fighter 5 6. If you are here for Street Fighter 6, you might be disappointed. If you are here for the King of Fighters 15, then you are not gonna get disappointed. Well, at least I hope so. Let's see some of the comments here. Nabil, we love you, pal. You're one of my favorite SNK streamers. Thanks so much, Big 90 Wings. Hey, Last Cause, Henry Child. Retrofredo, MVC. Really? Are we gonna get MVC on Capcom? I don't know. Now let's talk about this. What do you think SNK's announcements are gonna be? The beginning, the middle, the end? Way too confident, mate. Well, I am confident we are getting King of Fighters 15. There's no way they're gonna skip this and not, talk about King of Fighters 15. It's been 1 year already since that teaser announcement where we just saw the logo. We're not even sure if that logo is final. I bet it's not final. I bet it wasn't final. So yeah, it's time to see something. We don't need Street Fighter 6 yet. We already had this on 80K compilation. Hey, Neo Geo, we want new game. We are getting a new game, my friend. We're definitely getting some new games today. Now, let's talk a little bit about Samurai Showdown. Are we gonna get Season 3? I really hope so. I mean, Samurai Showdown is a great game. It still has a lot of life to it. So hopefully they're gonna announce a new season. We're probably gonna see gameplay for that new character, which I keep forgetting her name. So we'll see. We need Street Fighter 6. 5 sucks. Toshinden reboot from Arxis. Man, that would be amazing. I love Toshinden, by the way. The first one. I love the first one. Second one, I didn't play it much. Third one looks completely different than the previous games and it sucked. I'm hoping for the King of Fighters 15, but I'm not really confident. Celeber Alves. Be confident, my friend. Be confident because we are getting something. 220 views. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, well, thank you everybody for being here. Congrats, New Geo now, and thanks for the good work you're doing. Thank you so much, Mucho Asamia. So I can't wait, guys. This is gonna be crazy. So sorry if I'm way too overhyped, but I can't help it. I had because it's past 45 minutes past midnight here in Morocco. I actually forced myself to take about a 80-minute nap this afternoon just to be here, aware and vigilant. I don't want to miss anything. So can't wait for this to start. Last thoughts, I'm 30 years old. I want to have Capcom vs SNK3 before I turn 40. That will be a very difficult game to make in this day and age. I'm not, I don't think we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see Capcom versus SNK specifically. I mean, for sure, not today. Morocco, hello from California. Hey, Samir Khan, California, man. Yeah, been there. I love San Francisco. Love the Bay Area. Arika versus Capcom. Hopefully, what I'm at. Mr. Karate. OS Farah في أي ساعة. It's in 15 minutes. Actually, the stream is gonna start earlier, so I'm not sure if this is different from the Namco Bandai one. So if it's different, we'll change it, but it should be the same for all these publishers. CV is 3 people. No, I don't think so, Jonathan. I don't think so. Rollback on O2UM, that would be awesome. I would be very happy if they announce rollback for the King of Fighters 2002 UM. That would be very, very nice. I mean, they did a fantastic job with the King of Fighters, with Garu Mark of the Wolves. So hopefully they'll do the same for the King of Fighters games on Steam, and hopefully they port them to PlayStation 4 other consoles. Netcode for the King of Fighters 13 HD remix, please, Jonathan. That is not gonna happen, my friend. The focus now is on the future, on the King of Fighters 15, and maybe we'll get something for those. Because I spoke to the guys behind the netcode for the other SNK games, and they said that they can easily do the same for the King of Fighters 2002 and 98 UM, but King of Fighters 13 or 14 for that matter is difficult. They're not sure if they can or not because it's a different, it's a different beast, different engine. Waku Waku 7. Alright, nah, that's not gonna happen. Can't wait for some rollback. You know what? You know what would make my day? Besides, of course, seeing King of Fighters 15 in motion, is to actually say in that trailer with rollback netcode how hype that is gonna be. AOF 4 is something. I don't think so, man. I don't think we're getting any new auto fighting game. I don't think so. But yeah, this. So what about? Should be about 13 minutes from now, but yeah. SNK SVC King of Fighters 15 is okay. So let's talk about what I think is gonna happen in SNK. We're gonna get the gameplay for that MMO character. You know, the collab they did with Tencent for Samurai Showdown. So we're gonna see that character in motion. We saw her trailer yesterday. Hopefully they'll announce Samurai Showdown Season 3 because that will be hype. Maybe they'll show us who these characters are. We'll just announce it. I want to know that there's still going to be support in Samurai Showdown while they're working on King of Fighters 15, because a lot of people have the doubts that they can pull that off, that they can still work on Samurai Showdown and on King of Fighters 15, but I think they can pull it off. Then they'll probably switch to King of Fighters. It will be cool if they start, let's say, with Lee. Well, that's what I'm saying. Gong Sun Lee is not. I don't know. I mean, she looks cool. I mean, she's free, so why not? Really, as long as we have, yeah, something is wrong with YouTube. It freezed. Is it working now? Is it working? Are we still live? Can you guys still see me now? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it disconnected from YouTube for some reason. Man, I sometimes YouTube streaming will let you down when you really need it. So hopefully this is not going to be one of those cases. How many day I wait for the King of Fighters Awakening? It's the King of Fighters Awaken. It's gonna be in 2022, and it's an adaptation of the King of Fighters 96. We had the adaptation of 94 with Destiny, so I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure, I mean, I feel we're gonna get something in between now and 2022 for the King of Fighters 95. All right. Let's see. I see a lot of people from the KOF Reddit. Well, welcome everyone. You guys, if this is the first time you guys are watching my channel, consider becoming a subscriber. We'll really appreciate it. King of Fighters 15 better not be a PlayStation exclusive. No, I don't think it'll be a PlayStation exclusive. I mean, SNK knows that they know that they need their IP on multiple platforms. Those spoiler trailers. Spoiler trailer? What spoiler trailer? Krauser for KOF 15. Science Blaster. I'm with you on that one. I love Krauser. And I think it's time that he comes back. King of Fighters has united us, guys. Look at all the viewers. Yes, finally, we're all in one place. Well, thank you guys for being here. For those of you, again, who are here for the first time, welcome. And, don't forget to check the channel. We do a lot of coverage for SNK games, a lot of web documentaries and lore episodes and stories. Bring Adelheid back in KOF 15. Kensu awakens his dragon spirit. That's a plot they kind of dropped. I haven't heard about it for a long time. Right? Adrian, now love what you do for the community. Keep it up. Keep it coming, please. All right, thanks, man. Thanks, Athron Weeks. Seeger, yes, Seeger for Sam Show. Seeger for Sam Show. I agree with that. Give us Seeger, man. We need Seeger. Now, if there's a season 3 for Samurai Showdown, I want Seeger, I want Genan, and I want a character that I know they're not going to have in there is Morozumi Taizan. That's a character I'm not going to see, but I love that character so much from the 64 era. And what I just noticed, we're actually 355 people. Wow, that's awesome. I think that's definitely my record of people watching the stream. So, all right, guys, it's only 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left, and I will stop talking. Yeah, stop talking. I'll watch. We'll watch together. We'll talk about what's happening. And MD Mullen, Eid Mubarak to you as well, my friend. Quality over quantity always. Sam Show, Metal Slug, and World Heroes team for KOF. Yeah, it's actually a bit great to have a World Heroes team and a Metal Slug team. Is that what I meant? Metal Slug team is way overdue. Congrats with your records and Bill. Thanks, Black Neko Prototype. I want to see Breakers news too. Titans Fall Princess Breakers is not an SNK IP. I mean, it wasn't the Neo Geo, but it's not an SNK IP. Definitely not now. So we'll not hear anything about it today. New Metal Slug. I don't know. Remember, this was supposed to be at Evo. This is fighting game publishers, Japan fighting game publishers. So anything that is not fighting games related is not going to be announced today. So no Metal Slug. Isn't the Metal Slug team just part of the Ikari Warriors story now? Yes, they are. They are part of the Hydran squad. So, yeah, we need the maximum impact characters. Some of them were cool. Some of them were way too, I would say, way too over-designed. That's what I felt about the King of Fighters maximum impact. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum 2. Yeah, it was a rumor back in the day that they were working on one, but I was able to actually check that information, and it's false. They're not working on a Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. Uh, they're working really hard right now on the King of Fighters 15. How many day I wait for Metal Slug Code J? Samim's Eid Mubarak, brother. Eid Mubarak to you as well. KOF 15 Stadia exclusive. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I will quit doing videos if that happens. Do you think Lin will come back? I hope Lin will come back because the story of the Flying Brigade, that ninja clan, was never fully resolved. We did find out that Ron was working with Ignis in King of Fighters 2001, but story-wise, it wasn't really explored. So I hope they bring that group. They were really cool ninjas. I mean, ninjas are always cool. Today we'll watch King of Fighters 15. I'm sure SNK has to do it, and they will. I wonder if King of Fighters 15 is gonna have customization like Tag Team Frenzy. I've never been a big fan of customization. Just give me cool looking characters, give me some alternate costumes, and I'm happy. You can even keep guest characters out of it. I don't care about guest characters. Jun. Oh, we haven't seen him in a while, did we? Imagine Rock, Aldied, and Duolon teaming up to beat their fathers. They better bring back Sylvie. I think Sylvie is here to stay. Yeah, I mean Sylvie is she's quite, she has a quite a fan base, especially in Asia. So both of Kim's son. Just give me Kim. I like Kim. Marco Rodriguez, please. Lin and Seth. Yeah, Seth is overdue as well. Shingo as well. Saishu. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Shingo needs to come back. Dream match 15. No, it's not a dream match. It's actually Shermie is back. I can tell you that from now. I mean, I when I spoke to Oda-san previously on in an interview back when SNK Heroines was released, he did confirm that the Orochi team, Chris, Yashiro, and Shermie are actually now alive and back to being alive from Verse. So we're definitely gonna see them in King of Fighters 15. USA baby, Ed Pashi. The USA team. I haven't seen them in a while too, man. They're actually cool characters, but they were always written as a joke team where they have always their invitation stolen. You know what they should do for the next King of Fighters story wise? Should be an Evite, right? I mean, we're in the 2020 Evite. Nobody can steal an Evite unless again some team hacks the USA team emails and steal it, right? Pablo May Heinemil from Chile. Hey, Pablo. Nameless will be back for sure. K999 is gone. Just forget that character ever happened. You all know the reason. Bandai Namco just went live on Twitch? What? Well, they didn't really. I mean, they just. Yeah, I'm looking at it here right now. They didn't really. I mean, they just. Program will start shortly in 3 minutes. So that makes it. Yeah, so I think it's going to go live everywhere the same. Thanks for letting me know. All right, guys, it's getting close. It's getting close. Can't believe this. Finally. Now, is SNK part gonna be in the beginning? Is it gonna be in the middle? Is it gonna be at the end? Who cares? We'll watch the whole thing and enjoy it. When the trailer drops, though, when the trailer drops, things will. I need to get my. Oops. What is my? Yeah, I need to get my camera smaller, right? You don't want to see my face when this happens, right? I'll just make it smaller here when we get started. King of Fighters 16. Why not? That would be crazy, right? That would be a twist. Everybody's waiting for the King of Fighters 15, but SNK surprises everyone and announces King of Fighters 16. Gato is back. Yeah, I would love to have Gato back. SNK, make 2020 worth it. Yeah, dude, we need some good news for this year, right? Go, go, go! Almost there, guys. I'm also, by the way, I'm a Street Fighter fan, so I really I'm looking forward to what Capcom is going to announce for Street Fighter 5. I like Street Fighter 5, contrary to many people who I hear do not like it. I really like the game. I just don't have time to play it as much as I want. I haven't played it in a while, so. How are you feeling right now, Nabil? How am I feeling? Overhyped is an understatement. I hope it goes back to anime art style. I would really hope so. I don't think that SNK has the resources to pull that off. Not technical resources, but money wise. But you never know. We'll see. Street Fighter is getting new characters, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what characters. There was a leak that was Steve Viper and Oro, and can't remember the other characters. So it'll be cool to see if they announce some of them now. Are you going to cover the whole stream or just SNK? No, I'll cover the whole stream. Well, I guess I'll cover the whole stream. Is the stream delayed? No, it's not. It's starting in 2 minutes. Or actually in 1 minute. Ooh. All right. It's happening soon. Let's make this smaller. I think here's a good spot. What do you guys think about my screen here? Is it too big? Should I make it smaller? What do you think? All right, let's do this. All right. I see a 10-second countdown. Well, it's not live on here yet, but it will be. Okay. I think Shunxu and Shunrei will be part of this KOF. All right, we're waiting. We're waiting. Oh, it started already on... Why is this not live? Capcom is... Why is it not live here? Oh, crap. Come on.
Yeah, so everyone, thank you for joining us.
Okay. What's happening? Oh, they changed the... There we go.
We're going to just be discussing some questions that we took from Twitter. So we didn't pick the questions, I'm sorry. So whatever they discuss, whatever they choose to discuss, we're just going to listen up. We'll translate what we can. You know, it's going to be rough with, what, 13 people? 11 people, sorry, talking together. But then the second half of the stream, I know a lot of you guys on Twitter are looking forward to this, but there will be some announcements, some surprises. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, all these publishers from Japan in the same room. We got SNK, Capcom, ARC. We got ourselves as well. Even, you know, Koei Tecmo.
Yeah. You got Nishitani, the father of Street Fighter 2 right here.
So, obviously, it's not normal. Jun and Michael, we're going to have to be in our best behavior today.
So. Are they going to go with SNK first? They seem in there in the beginning.
Pretty exciting, though. So, if you guys aren't familiar, on the bottom left, that's Yesterday Esports. So, he's kind of like our guy in Japan who does the esports stuff, similar to maybe what Ayano-san would be doing for Capcom. So he's going to be kind of helping to precede the event today.
But yeah, right now, guys, we're just doing a self-introduction. That was Pachi. I guess he changed his name to Sekine. He doesn't want to...
Yeah, that's his real name,
yeah,
but
he doesn't want to use his gamer name.
Most people probably know him as Pachi, right? Now we're seeing Nishitani-san, you know, the legend.
The legend. People, you know, currently he's created Fighting X Layer, but this guy is known for, he made Street Fighter 2, the original Final Fight back here, so this guy is like considered a godfather in the Japanese FGC.
Right.
And then we got Ura-san up here in the left with the director Kuroki from
I think
SNK.
I stuck with SNK.
So these guys are out in Osaka, right there in the west part of Japan. You see that little blue bar in the middle? So they
Social
are.
distancing properly.
We should do that too out here.
Have an
Make sure
invisible
to
bar
stay
you
safe.
can't see, right? This is Kuroki-san, the director.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah, everyone's saying good morning because out here, guys, it's 9
a.m., right?
9 a.m.
They started with
What,
SNK,
6:30?
guys.
I think a lot of these guys were here. They wanted to make sure that they did this for the kind of overseas audience, all right? That's why we're out here and getting ready for the Western prime time rather than Japan.
And some of the people had the fancy backgrounds, you could tell, but then we got like Yasuda Sports and Harada from their house. This is actually Harada's personal mic that he bought and set up for work from home.
It looks pretty
Where's the
expensive.
SNK representative? We have SNK
Here's
Oda and
Matsumoto-san
Kuroki,
and Nakayama-san from
KOF,
Capcom.
and Samurai
Yeah,
Showdown,
I
guys.
think overseas they're not known as well as some of the other people, but these guys have been kind of creating Street Fighter 5 the whole time, right?
The development
Yeah.
team, right? So this is one of those rare instances we get to see them and hear their thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, so he's saying, right, Nakayama-san has been since Ultra Street Fighter 4, so he's been part of the director of the Street Fighter series, so
Cool.
it's my first time seeing him out
Yeah.
in the face here.
I believe I've met him during the Street Fighter Cross Tekken stuff.
Koei Tecmo, Shimbori-san, Dead or Alive 6 producer right here.
Is it still echoing right now?
This is
Or is
kind
it
of,
better?
I'm used to seeing, you see Capcom and Tekken, they meet up and they talk a lot.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've really seen Koei Tecmo get involved in this kind of group.
Yep.
I think this is like a cool opportunity now.
Shimbori-san just mentioned he's been on the series for 16 years now. That's quite
16
respectable.
years.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
16 years. Yeah,
Yep.
I guess, this game's been around a while. I remember I played it first
Should be
on
better
my
now.
Dreamcast.
Yeah, it was running
Next year will be my
double,
20th
so
on
it
the
should be
Tekken
better now.
series. Isn't that crazy?
You gotta have a party or something like
Come
that.
on, guys. Come on.
And again, here's Mochie. So again, guys, still just self-introductions. After this, we will start the discussion. What will they discuss? I don't know. I read some of the questions out there. A lot of, there's been, like 100 plus different topics that they're asking, but they can only do,
Hey, Granax.
I think,
Five.
So
five,
it's,
but I don't even know if we'll be able to do 5, right?
Right,
They have
time-wise.
5 ready.
So,
They don't know if
I'm
they'll
not
be
sure
able
why
to get it all,
SNK did
but
not take any
the good news
questions.
is that
did
they
not
did say
ask
they are considering doing more
fans
of
to
these,
send
right?
questions.
Yeah,
So
if
I
everyone
guess
tunes in, everyone
they don't
likes
need
it.
to
And
because
now
they
we
know
just
what
had
people are going to be
Okubo,
asking.
our
Everybody's going to say
producer for Soul Calibur
KOF
6.
You said it looked like you're in a tie-dye shirt. That might be the Soul Calibur shirt.
It looks like
has,
the Soul
has that
Edge and
color.
the,
Yeah.
Soul Calibur colors. Obviously Harada.
Yeah.
He
So,
said he's blurred out the background, but it's from his house.
yeah, he says he's at home, right? Some people, like you see SNKs at the studio.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So just kind of mention, what I was just talking
No,
about with you
when
about how this
Oda's
whole
in the
thing came
house,
about.
you know he's going to be talking about KOF, right, guys? You know this.
Right, so they said they were asking people, trying to figure out who do we invite? Who do we invite, right? Who do we invite to this kind of gathering, right? Because there's so many people involved, so they're kind of cracking jokes here.
And people maybe don't get the gravity of the situation, like Western devs, maybe they can just decide themselves, hey, dude, let's do a stream, but that's not how it's done in Japan. To get all these companies on board and to have
very strict out here, right?
them allow it, this is, really something special.
And then Yasuda, he's going to be one of the MCs of the event, right, down here.
Along
on
with
the bottom
Fuhi-san,
left.
I believe, as well, right?
Yeah, Fui's the one that you hear talking right now.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Cool.
So yeah, self-introductions are over, and they're going to show up the time schedule right now, so let's see.
All right, let's see.
So from 9:15,
We got the roundtable discussion, right? And
Oh.
he's just explaining what
So
the
the
team
announcements
said
are in
about
14
we gathered these on
minutes.
Twitter
45
beforehand.
minutes.
and then from 10 is the announcements.
Oh, okay.
So we had rehearsal last night. I got spoiled on some of them, but all I'll say is definitely stick around and definitely get on Twitter. And when this is over, people are gonna go crazy.
But this stuff's been locked down,
Yeah.
we haven't even seen a lot of it, right?
I got spoiled yesterday. I was like,
Just that one.
Yeah.
But
all right, so I think a little bit, it's supposed to start at 15, but a little bit early. They're going to start the talk show.
Okay.
So they're taking the questions off Twitter.
Huh. Okay.
So now it
So
seems like
we're
we're
gonna go-
proceeding.
We're going to go with the questions
everybody,
first,
for
and
the
then the announcements are in about
self-introductions.
45 minutes.
They said they took some of the
Again, there
questions
you
from English as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep,
it's
yeah.
not just Japanese questions. Some of you guys from overseas get your questions involved in here.
No, we are getting my friend King of Fighters 15.
Yeah, Yasuda, I don't know. You guys can't tell probably, but he's got this like really thick Kansai dialect.
The other thing that they also mentioned earlier is that, you know, since Mike also kind of brought it up, is that there's all these different companies, right? So if one company is okay with something, but another company is not, they can't really discuss this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to find a topic that everybody involved can discuss and share their opinions on. So that's what he's mentioning. We're trying to decide which questions to pick here.
Yeah, I mean, it really is so much going into coordinating all of this, so including the questions and what they're going to talk about.
We are used to the West a little bit more wild. You know, you get a little bit more like free to speak here, but it's still quite strict.
Arika is there. I didn't even see Arika.
But you know, I did feel that they picked some really fair questions this time, so we'll see.
Obviously, only 5, so not every question that people want. I know there's some big ones that people really want that might not get touched on this one, but hopefully, again, if you guys can keep the reception, say, I like this kind of content, please bring us more, they can do it again and maybe hit them up. But anyway, here we go. They said each question they're going to do about like 8 minutes or so they're going to discuss.
Yep.
Okay.
We don't have a raise hand button
take
either, so
45
we'll see how this works, right?
And then the announcements.
So now he's saying, yeah, there we go, the English, right? Selection of roster characters.
So they're going to start with Capcom, but you've experienced with this as well, right?
Oh yeah,
You've
definitely.
been involved with picking some characters.
Yeah, and we've kind of, Harada and I have been pretty vocal about that. Comes up on Comic-Con panels, etc. Okay. So now just talk about listening to
the user
feedback, but also think about their user base and try to kind of discern what kind of taste they would like. And now
I feel like Harada's gonna turn into
he's putting him on the spot, right? He's like, okay.
I feel like Harada. Yeah, he's telling him, good. He heard your request. So raise your hand when you talk right here, so we can see.
So we got Matsumoto-san here.
Yeah, so the one thing about Street Fighter that he's mentioning that compared to some other games is that Street Fighter's been around for, I don't know, 30 plus years?
Yes.
So they have a lot of
a
lot of very classic, very iconic characters there.
A large pool they have to choose from, right?
This is like a whole
So they're talking about how Street Fighter doesn't just take classic characters, but also characters from other series in the Capcom, like Final Fight and things like that.
Even now, he's touched on something we also take into consideration, and that's the martial art, and also the nationality of the character.
Yeah. I know Harada's talked about that a lot, right? You want to make sure the character is liked in that country, but also does justice, right? I know with Shaheen, he talked a lot about it.
These questions
and like us as well, he was talking about trying to
not
have as many characters in the same vein, to have a lot of variety there.
I guess, like character selection.
And then other characters that might be a good format to try new mechanics or new ideas, right?
So let's try and have the development team, come up with new ideas, new mechanics, and keep pushing the genre forward here.
Now he's talking about Street Fighter is close to the real world. I think he's talking about locations, right?
Yeah, he's saying too that Street Fighter, every game is different. So you have, like Arxis games, which is very anime, very like kind of fantasy inspired. But Street Fighter is very close to kind of reality. Even though they're doing fireballs and everything, kind of takes place in the real world. So
yeah,
they want
to have World Warriors,
yeah.
and you had that map where the airplane kind of goes to a different location in between fights, right?
So when they're deciding characters, they got to try and keep a character that's a little bit more realistic,
I had my nap.
Even though they have Blanca, we're not going to throw like a dinosaur man out there.
Some protein shake.
So now who do we have talking?
Put your hand. It must be Fuhi. Fuhi's talking.
Okay,
I guess,
yeah. We don't see anyone.
I was like, raise your hand, dude.
Yes, forced nap. I had to force myself to sleep so I could
talk about
be awake right now.
Game system changes quite drastically from different installments. And so, also with the
Street Fighter isn't
plan
that real.
system
I
for
agree.
whatever
I don't
something
know why
they're
you're talking
working
about
on,
Street Fighter being
which characters
real.
might blend well with
Yeah,
some.
right. So
Mortal
like Street Fighter
Kombat,
5 has
maybe?
its own game
Tekken.
design. So maybe you might want your favorite character from an older Street Fighter. They're saying that character might not fit with the Street Fighter 5 game design, and they don't want to change him so much. So
That's like they're saying. It's like one of the things they consider in
it's
regards
just
to many, right?
more and more and more. What I want to know is how much does Twitter get involved? Because whenever I see these guys on Twitter, they're asking like, "Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that." Do you have any insight?
1:15 a.m.
How often do you guys listen to the Twitter monsters?
Rod and I are probably on one end of the spectrum where we're quite in tune with what they're saying.
Man, they kind of feel like the
Okubo-san
English
maybe
commentators are
somewhat
not
like that. I'm not
really-
sure about that.
They're not,
The other
they're
producers,
not
you know,
translating
the
these guys
users,
are
right?
doing.
I wanna hear
They're
social
doing their own
media.
thing.
And obviously, there's differences in how much English that each of these producers can comprehend directly as well, right? Harada being an MMORPG guy himself, playing with foreign players for a long time,
Okay,
understands quite a bit
This
of
is
English.
different.
actually.
This is kind of odd, right? The
now he's talking.
devs are
Rogers
talking
mentioned
about
he
something. The
believes
commentators
Street Fighter,
are talking about something else.
The opinions differ depending
And
on
I'm
which
talking about
installment
something
Yeah.
else, I
that
guess.
player
Because
base
the game
got
is-
into the
The
series,
game is
right?
so old, right? So people that were with the original, people that started with 5, right? They might
More
have
trust
different
on you.
ideas
You
of what
gotta
they
stay
think is
awake,
cool
man. You
or
gotta
what
stay
kind of
awake. I
character
know
should
it's
be in
later,
the game.
guy. I'm getting there, brother.
So just saying, like, if you
I
do
feel like
a
everyone is
poll
just
to
saying what
ask
they want. I
opinions about
agree.
characters,
There's no translation
it's kind of
for
hard
that.
to see because you don't know which player generation that is, right?
Yeah, and the other thing too is it's going to be younger players, right?
Yeah.
Usually the younger players, the guys more socially connected
Yeah.
on social
What's
media
the
and
goal
the
of
internet.
this?
Those are the guys are going to mash on the poll, right?
just
The old
heard
men
a
don't know what they're
fart.
doing.
Another thing he's mentioned is kind of funny. We see this a lot where you'll get a particular character that's like stands out on the polls online, right?
Yeah.
But then if you actually release it, it's
No
not
one-
as well compared to the other characters sales-wise, right?
Like it.
Yeah, we won't mention names.
Talking about Joe Rogan post here in Lima.
And then Matsumoto-san's also mentioning how we kind of think too that you take it as one ingredient, right, to your decision.
Yeah.
Guys,
And if it matches up to what you perceive the play race wants, then it's just one like thing to kind of test that theory, but it's not like the deciding factor
Yeah.
in itself.
I need my buttons to push. Yeah, I agree with you.
And Rada also explaining, as we often say for our title, we take user opinions, but we also take the background
Yeah.
data, usage, etc.
This is a hard question, right? Because there's no answer, right?
Right.
There's a
Yeah, but I
trillion
mean,
different
they're
things that
supposed
come
to
in there.
translate
I wonder if
what
we're going to hear
these
from the other
developers
producers
are
as well.
saying, and not answer the questions themselves, right? Am I missing something?
Yeah, hopefully they
They-
can jump in. You
yeah.
know, it's kind of hard to grab the mic from Harada sometimes, right? Now he's talking about this is another topic we often touch on, that player usage
Yeah.
and popularity is not necessarily the same thing, right?
So they're also talking. He mentioned like how strong they are too, right? So
Right.
he's like some characters because they're strong in the
they
game.
use more
yeah,
often,
they'll
right?
get used more often. It doesn't mean they're popular, right?
Right.
It's just more people are going to play that character because they have a very high win percentage there. So gathering like concrete data is very, very difficult. Is what they're saying.
Okay, well, now they're starting to translate. That's good. I mean, they can't do a word by word.
He's talking about Shake, the salmon, when we had our poll for
When was
what
that?
kind of player, maybe 2 years ago. This is like something I heard when I first joined the team, but way long ago. They had a salmon character.
Salmon the fish?
He was bouncing on the stage, right?
Okay.
And he got, he didn't make the
Cause, this
final
is like
cut way
watching-
back when.
I agree,
But
dude. Lost
Rada
Cause,
put
he
it
got
in
that
just,
one
just
right.
to see, right? And also, there was a data point in the game that when someone they reverse engineered and they found the data
found
for
the
it.
salmon.
Right, in top left.
So he's like, maybe it's not a good idea for Tekken to have Shake in there.
maybe I shouldn't put him
Maybe
in a
2D
2D fighting
game.
game.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have a fish in a 2D fighting game here.
There's a praying mantis as well.
I mean, you guys put it in dinosaurs and fighting kangaroos, right? I think it's not too weird. So he's like, how's it gonna fight? Like, how are we gonna make a fish
Tail
fight?
slap,
yeah,
right?
how are we gonna make a fish fight? Rada's saying in like a 2D fighting game.
People are complaining about
Oh,
Zafina
really?
not being able to hear her, right? Imagine a fish lying on the ground. It's going to have to stomp or use paws.
What
like
happened
down
to
bars.
Ono, though?
Right. I
It's
feel now is not a
completely
time, right?
not
Don't bring
the
back the
face of
salmon. We
Street
don't need
Fighter
it.
Nah, no
We don't
salmon,
need 'em.
please. I'm trying to have a peaceful Twitter account at the moment.
So now he's gonna ask. So Capcom.
It's kind of hard to answer after that, right?
Because Capcom gave you like every possible answer. Now he's asking the other people, what do you guys think? They're gonna say the same. Yeah. They're all like, yeah, it's about the same.
Hey Ninja, can you tell me who's the hero of the King of Fighters?
So
that would be Kyo Kusanagi, of course, and Iori.
Oh, there you go.
That makes sense.
They mentioned, so Koei Tecmo was a little bit, they said, you know, we take everything that Capcom said, but there's also what we want to make, right? They said characters that we want to make, as well as characters that fit in the story, like we design them.
Oh, no, move to
And then
esports.
after they come up with the idea of the base, you know, you discuss with the marketing team is like, what kind of character should we make actually? Like, what would be good for the
background
game?
setting, right?
Yeah, where should they come from? What
Who the
country?
F is Ono is the Street Fighter producer for Street Fighter
That's
4
kind of
and
like
5.
a little bit reverse of what I thought, right? They make the character first, then like kind of the design and the story after. I thought it'd be kind of the opposite, but marketing is important.
It's kind of nice to see devs from different companies. This is, I hope this is
Now they're talking
not
about
a
hold?
one-time thing. This is awesome.
Who is this talking at the moment?
Shimbori is.
Oh,
is,
still, right?
Yeah. Who? They're talking about a
Yeah, I
character.
didn't catch that
something.
one.
He was talking about a character before that he was forced to cosplay as. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we gotta be careful here.
So he's like, if you're talking about Dead or Alive, right? Dead or Alive.
It's all about
like,
the cute girls,
yeah,
right?
He's like, what kind of characters do you want? He's like, well, Dead or Alive series, it's all about the girls. Cute girls like there is what everybody wants. He knows his audience, I guess.
Excuse me, I'll hit my head until I
The tension.
Make sure not to say
Something that was
passed out
around
when they
Virtua
announced it.
5
trailers.
during that time.
Doing
Yeah.
a good job, but
And then
there's
you're
a lot of stuff
thinking,
we're
you know,
missing
Dead or
due to
Alive
not
5
having
at the
full-time
same
They
time.
both had
Let's-
5, so they had a little
let's
bit
do
of
something.
I
competition.
think
Yeah.
they should have pre-recorded this and just had subtitles.
Yeah,
And he
because
That'd
also
be much better.
they had the Shiranui Mai and
From SNK,
Kula from
yeah.
SNK as well.
and then
But it seems they're doing this
Dead or Alive 5,
live
correct me if I'm wrong,
Korea,
but I think
as
it was
in
Akira,
live.
right? I think they
Yeah.
had Akira from Virtua Fighter. So that's how they decided on the guest character. Was like,
Right.
let's work together and also have like a little bit of competitive rivalry here.
So yeah, they got to be strong and cute. That's their one of their criteria, right?
He's like, if you make it like any your character's gonna take in as guest characters by the DOA series here.
If they have pre-recorded it, it would have not necessarily.
And then Harada just mentioned SNK's got, you know, a very long-running franchise as well. You must have lots of requests, especially from the China area,
Yeah.
East Asia.
Yeah, it's like Tekken too, like these legacy series. I mean,
Yeah.
basically every game here is like 20 plus
Pretty much.
years, so they all have really long history, a lot of different characters and franchises in there.
あ、そうかそうか。もともとラインナップが多いからどうせ入れれるよみたいな。そうですね。
And trying to get the gist of it, it seems like
Oh,
what is on
what's
saying
Samurai
that they have
Showdown?
so many
Yeah, they have so many
different
characters
franchises
already.
that they're able to fit
Yeah.
a lot of these requests into at least one of them,
And they
right?
say what the fans want, right? It's like we have so many like IPs ready to go. It's like we listen to the fans and then throw them in here.
I was talking about Shiki at the
Yeah.
moment. One of my favorites. Sam Show, right?
Yeah, she's very, very popular.
ロースター見たらもうなんかハゲのおっさんばっかりやったんで。あかんやろって。いやわかります。ワンフーっていうキャラと。
So I think it's saying, and this is another important topic, that when you look at the lineup, it's a bunch of older
Old men, right?
characters,
yeah.
right?
Samsho didn't have any cute girls on
Right,
release.
and you got to think of
Yeah.
balance in that regard as well.
ワンフー後派でいいと思
They're talking about Wanfu
Yeah,
in
Wanfu's the
particular,
big,
right?
the Chinese monk guy.
With the big sword, right? I
No,
believe.
he's got the big pillar. He's
Ah,
got the
pillar, that's
yeah.
right, in
He's
the
like the
beads.
grappler there, yeah. So he's like, man, our lineup is all just dudes. It's old dudes, man. We got to get some cute girls in there. So that's kind of what Capcom mentioned too about balancing your roster and seeing like what you needed here.
It's always tough for us too, especially you know
they-
because
they
the
talk
player
about
base is
Shiki,
quite
just
divided
a
on whether they
quick
want really
thing
cute
is,
girls or they want more realistic.
Yeah.
buff
Originally, they were
fighters.
gonna have
hard to
Nicotine,
please everyone
Caffeine
that
Nicotine, and then they decided to drop Nicotine for Shiki because they didn't have a lot of
So
female.
Is this Daisuke at the
yeah,
moment?
Lord
characters in the
Daisuke,
game.
Daisuke bless. But he's saying the first thing they decide is how
The
many
number of
characters,
characters, right?
like how many characters can be in the game, and then after you have that kind of limitation, then you can decide who
Right.
like what type and everything. So again, he's talking about the same
balance
thing.
between,
the same thing that SNK mentioned. He's
Exactly.
like, yeah, you got to make sure it's not just all old dudes, and you got to get some different
I wouldn't blame him.
archetypes and stuff in there.
No, dude, I won't feel.
This is a good topic too. He's saying you really have to think about the looks of the character and their popularity in that,
ready
and
to
then
watch King of Fighters 15, whatever they're gonna
because
announce.
they're not necessarily one and the same.
Not backing
He also
down.
mentioned the ease of play too, right? You can't
Well, I don't translate any
have
stuff,
like
but
10 super duper technical,
I
difficult
think
to
this
play
was
characters.
not
Right? You have to have
well
some that are
organized.
technical,
They
some are a
should
little
have
bit easier to
pre-recorded
play,
and done
like the
something.
ease of use of the cast here.
It's a very good topic, and we're gonna spend the whole time on this, maybe. Right?
No, they have on the schedule. They have it. They're gonna cut it. They said they're just gonna talk, and then they're gonna cut it down.
キャラクター選定であったり、あるいは新規のキャラクターのアイデアであったりというところを意識するようになりましたね。はい。
So yeah, all of those factors that they're taking in,
Moroccan character in
and
King of
then
Fighters
the
15, we
new
already
ideas that they
have
for
one.
new
History
character,
is
how that
Moroccan.
blends into the
Adding
existing
more
roster,
characters,
right?
right? So we have to just take the opinions, and they have to be aware when they decide all the new stuff in here.
I think now
I think Yasu's
they're like,
cut him
yes,
off.
come on, you gotta.
Yeah.
Yes is being really soft here, saying we should probably move on to the next topic,
would
right?
have been
Yeah,
much
that's
better.
Yasu's job. Is to
Because
stop.
we don't know who's
Next
saying
question.
what, how they're saying it.
It's tough though. I mean, I'm glad I'm not him.
just
I mean, if it's
not-
Rado or Oko, we can just be like, hey, come on, let's go. But it can't just be
the
like
future
that
of
with other
cross-play features.
publishers,
Okay,
right?
that's a good
The future of
Crossplay.
crossplay.
Oh, this
From
is one of those
Harada.
difficult ones.
その前にちょっとね、
What does he got here?
シンボリク
What?
Ah, this is boss. You don't know who this is?
No, who is it?
Hayashi-san from Team Ninja, the leader.
Oh, word.
Yeah, Hayashi-san.
再開とか運営の再開してもらえませんかね。急に1年で運営やめ
Man, Harada is crazy. I love that.
What happened? He quit?
林さんが許してくださるなら、まあ、ぜひ。
大丈夫で予算出すよ。予算作るよ。
マジっすか
What? He's saying about to keep the live operations of a certain game going. I'm not sure which one. I didn't catch it. And then he said, well, there's budgeting and all
Yeah,
that. And
we'll do
Harada
it.
said, oh, I'll take care of the budgeting. I don't know what he meant by that. But
Shimbori said, Shimbori's like, if this Mochi told him aside and said stop.
stop, cut, no.
Shimbori is like, if you got the budget, we'll do it.
Oh, this is the Japanese thing, right?
So that guy was Koi Tecmo's boss?
Hayashi-san, he's the team leader for Team Ninja.
Oh, okay.
And he was probably, I think, the producer on like previous DOA titles, but you know, like often happens, he got higher up positions. Now he's in charge of the whole team, I believe.
障壁って実はクロスプレイ自体はそんなね皆さんご存知の通り
All right, so now they're talking about the
ゲームで1対1
technical difficulties of crossplay.
中央サーバーがあるわけじゃない。あまあでもカプコンとかチームとも
Not that hard, maybe, because it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
It's not like a dedicated server in most instances.
I would love to see
He was
what
saying, like,
SNK is gonna say about
each fighting game is
crossplay,
different ways
because
they
I really
connect
hope we
online,
get it
too.
for King of Fighters 15.
So he's saying everyone besides Capcom, but hold on.
技術的障壁はほとんどない。
So he's saying it's not really a technical barrier.
僕これちょうど
I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to say from here.
レール世代の時に実はファーストパーティー
He's talking about PS3 and Xbox One era.
15枚ぐらい資料作って
He made a PowerPoint presentation saying he wants to do crossplay and approach the first parties.
Yeah.
モバイルにも押されてる中こうちょっto 盛り上げていきませんか
Right.
Because, you know, mobile titles
they're all
and other these
doing
were
it,
pretty
yeah.
popular at the time. And to compete with them, he wants to open up the
スタンスとしてはどのファーストパーティー
platform.
いややりたいですね
But he said the first parties were, they would say to him, yeah, well, we want to do it.
That-
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very,
Xbox で言うとフィル・スペンサー
very.
Like Phil Spencer from Xbox, he was mentioned by name, was like, yeah, sure, man, let's do it.
食事させてもらったりして
I thought it's gonna have a sad ending here.
僕らはオープンだよと絶対やりたいよっておっしゃる
And,
し
you know, we're open about it, we want to do it.
ソニーさんももう人入れ替わっちゃったんであれですけど
And he said the Sony person, point of contact changed.
Yeah.
検討したい
But he was like, yeah, we would like
Let's do it, let's do
to
it.
discuss it.
Yeah.
Discuss it.
ファーストパーティーさんのね
So,
They,
yeah.
they're all sounding very kind of receptive of the
Yeah,
idea,
exactly.
but it sounds like it's gonna.
もういろんな問題が起きてて
But there's a lot of things that you have to overcome,
わーっと本当うぞうむぞにお客さんが集まるタイトルとかだと
especially like a free-to-play game where you have a huge audience there. A lot of times we see them open up the gates to that crossplay. But for package,
Okay.
like a download version of a game.
What?
So what I'm hearing is that, crossplay has like the barriers and everything, but if you like the free-to-play games are naturally going to have a much higher user base than games like this that you have to pay and you have to buy here. So I think it costs money, right? It might be expensive for the first-party people to have that crossplay server right here, or allow it from the other games. So yeah, it's not like you mentioned earlier. It's not a technical issue so much. It's more like the first party.
I think this one's more important. What he's talking about now is, each platform has their own ID, the PSN ID, the XLive ID.
There's another one too.
And to connect them, there's a lot of things you have to do. I can't believe he's going into this much detail, but he's talking about you have a central server where you've got to take, like, if I'm on PSN and you're on XLive, we have to go to some server outside, and they give us an ID that isn't matched. Well, it's not tied to either of those platforms, and you kind of tie the XLive ID to that ID and my PSN to that ID. And so, like, the server infrastructure and the security protocols and stuff like that.
The Epic Unreal now
he keeps kind of saying like we can do it. Like I think the underlying message like we can do it. It's the first party, it's the consoles, the platform companies here. They have the difficulties that kind of prevent this.
We need crossplay for the genre, for the fighting games genre to survive. We need crossplay.
At least from the player's perspective, that everyone's going to think, well, obviously you can do it, right?
Yeah, like other games do it. Why can't we do it?
So he realized the expectation is going to be quite high.
We need crossplay. These games need crossplay to be able to thrive.
Yeah, right. So this is not just, even though it's Harada talking about Tekken, this is not just a Tekken issue, right? A lot of games are like this. A lot of fighting games, a lot of the other companies have the same problems.
So he's saying he's going to try to approach the first parties a bit more on this topic.
Yeah, so earlier on when he gave that long speech where he basically was saying he already tried like the presentation, he went to everybody, everyone sounded like, yeah, let's do it, but nothing actually happened, and then
There's
it's
a lot of
difficult.
details to actually figure out when you
So he says he's going to keep going. Crossplay is still an important idea here for Harada. So he's going to keep going.
SNK has to say about this.
Matsumoto's on Capcom now.
Try to get
about
from
his
the
thoughts on
answer.
He says he also thinks
it's
it's very important.
Pretty important, yeah.
ユーザーが分かれることに我々メリットないと思うんで、絶対に実現していく方がいいんですけども、気になってくるのはこの
And Ishwatari-san also saying, obviously, from the publisher's standpoint, it's not the best to have our audiences split
Yeah, they
between
definitely
platform
want crossplay because that keeps all the users together. But what he mentioned is that there's
other devices?
technical, right? Technical, like a Switch versus a PlayStation 4, they have different technical aspects. So how are you going to have a game? What are you going to do to make the game playable across each platform there?
But I mean, on PC, we do that, right? Each PC
But even the
player has different
peripherals, like maybe
configuration.
on certain platforms you don't have as many arcade sticks, etc. So there's a lot of things to actually work out.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about
That's a
arcade
good point.
sticks
Like, if you're going to do a
crossplay?
crossplay game, do you design the game for one system and then just try and add it on? Or from the start, do you design a game that's going to be, equal and easy to play across all platforms there?
And even Pachi is talking about, because of the way you input on each device, they would have to take
Nameless,
that
yes,
into
there's going
account.
to be trailers in about half an hour.
The way that the game
said
might
that.
feel
Yeah.
different among platforms, and if that's something that is probably not desirable in a fighting game, right?
Yeah. Pachi, like they're all saying, like Daisuke and Pachi both said, yeah, this is something we definitely want to do. Everybody, of course, we want crossplay, but it's not that simple, right? It's not.
So you can tell
not
here
that simple.
that there's a lot of thought being put
Yeah.
into it. It's not that they just like
Yeah.
whatever, we don't want to do it.
Yeah. There's still a lot of little hurdles here to get good crossplay.
So you're just saying like FPSs, you have many different input configurations, I guess you say, right? And maybe that's kind of one way to work around for some of these problems, to provide more of those for fighting games. But then, figuring out
Yeah, I
those
said
fine
the trailers are
details
going to be in
is
about
takes a lot
half
of
an
time as
hour.
well.
But yeah, right when it looks
yeah,
like he's gonna get
cut
cut
him
off
off.
with time. But Apache again, he
Oh.
said this is definitely something we want to do. Just again,
SNK did
there's still a
not
lot of
say a
hurdles,
word about
so
this.
don't expect it anytime soon,
not-
guys. But the devs are thinking
I
about
don't know what that
crossplay
means,
stuff.
but they
And
did
yes,
not
let's just
talk
talk about that
about
leads
crossplay.
pretty quite well to the next one.
Yeah, because he was just
Thoughts about
mentioning
arcade controllers, right?
about arcade controls. What is this going to be about?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as well.
Arcade controls, good or bad? Is the story?
I mean, I think they mean like arcade sticks, right?
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
fight sticks.
ゲームまあ当然格
So this is Oda-san.
でまあ楽しんでいただいてたくさん売るっていうところなんですけど、同時にこうアケコンのまあ文化っていうんですかね。
Okay.
talking about-
I guess this is very
使うちょっと特殊
yeah.
な感じのところもあって。
This is one of the kind of legacy
Yeah.
things of fighting games is this culture of fight sticks, right?
Yeah. So he's saying too that he, you know, because some of the old SNK games came very, very difficult, you know, very high execution. Back in the day, it used to be like you have to use an arcade stick. But he's talking about that's kind of like a legacy thought, the culture of arcade sticks. So
But I think what he's trying to convey though is he sees it as something that he would like to kind of convey to later generations, right? To kind of preserve that arcade culture, right?
it's definitely phasing out a bit.
さあゲーム側でドライバーでなんか謎のドライバーありましたよね。あの辺で対応したりとかやってたと思うんですけど、それ
he's talking
や
about-
りすぎたら新しいアケコン作ってる会社も
Yeah, I think,
メンバーってそろそろ
Okay.
考える時期かな。
So they're
He's talking
talking
about, you know,
yeah.
we got to do driver updates and all that on our side to make sure they all work. But then even he's mentioning a decline in manufacturers
Yeah,
of sticks
manufacturers are
even.
going down as well, and he said we're entering that area. So he's saying we're entering the era where, I mean, we've already been in an era, I think, but you know, he wants to tell you something. But he's like, we're entering the era with, you know, maybe
Mark Lowe,
arcades
thank
are
you
still
so much
arcade
for the
controllers
generous
are still getting
donation,
phased
man.
out. Now Harada says, Nishitani, say something.
a
All
lot.
right, Nishitani, go ahead.
He's like, yeah, I got this. He's got to print out for everyone, huh?
He's good.
まず私自身はもうアケコンじゃないともう絶対ダメな人間なんですよ。
Nishitani-san is just saying he has to
So
have
it's,
arcade
it's actually a
controller.
good answer that they have. They're trying to keep that arcade
Because, you know, he kinda
culture
grew up in
going
the-
on,
the
but
arcade.
He's, yeah.
that's more
But
on
he's saying
the
that newer
arcade
generations,
Yeah.
they're starting
sticks
off on
makers,
controllers
right? I
or
mean, they
gamepads,
need
right?
to make them accessible for people to be able to purchase them. But at
And
$200,
fighting games have
250
pretty complex commands,
stick
but
is a
these
little
newer
bit steep for
generations are able
people
to
who just
do
want
it
to
quite
try
well on a
Yeah.
gamepad.
an arcade
Right, he
stick,
said because he's OG. That's a very common like mindset from back in the day. It was like you can only do these complex inputs on the arcade pad, but he is surprised, right? He's like the new
Yeah.
guys, they're doing it just fine on pad.
He's saying like all the guys here, you know, close to 40 or over, so they all probably use arcade controllers. But you know, most of the player base is shifting towards gamepads now, and they seem to be doing quite well. So maybe it's not going to be a big problem.
感覚的には半分ぐらいはなんか
He
Yeah.
feels that maybe half is on gamepads
Yeah.
at the moment.
He said when you got to tournament, you see everyone using arcade sticks. You might have that idea, but he said he feels like half people are on pads, and then Harada said more than half, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I've
That's
even
true.
noticed that with
Yeah.
Tekken. You know, people when we were having arcade-only tournaments, some people couldn't actually
Someone
join,
showed on
especially a lot of the
virtual
foreign
games.
players,
Oh, yeah.
because they
Bloodborne.
could only play on
Oh,
pad.
that would be
right?
That
awesome.
happened a lot for
That would be
the
awesome.
Japanese invitational tournaments,
Yep.
right? You'd qualify in the States, but the guy qualified can only play on pad, and then it's like, well, now what do we do?
I think we even provided like a USB ports on a special version
I
of the
think
arcade cabinet
arcade
for one or two of them.
sticks makers should make cheap versions of their arcade sticks for people. You know, not with Sanwa parts
No,
or whatever,
he's
but
just
just to keep that
asking
culture
about
alive.
he
And
feels
people who
that,
tried an arcade
their
stick can
player
like
base is
it.
probably a higher
You know,
percentage
small
of
arcade stick
arcade
for $30,
controllers,
$40, maybe make it cheap,
then we got,
cheap part.
Daisuke-san here.
Then they can upgrade to the expensive ones. But if you only have
Yeah,
these
he's
premium
like- he's part of
arcade
that
sticks on
generation.
sale,
He said,
it's
I'm not
just
as
not
old.
gonna
I'm not as old as
work.
Nishitani, but he's from the arcade stick generation.
みたいなのをさせるような仕様を入れるかとか
And it's like, especially repeat inputs of a button.
結構欲求があったりするんですけれども
Yeah, because they're talking about, you know, arcades have the double tap. That's very
Right.
famous that you couldn't do in old games, or that was kind of necessary in old games. But new
Right.
games, you don't really need it that much.
してるところがあって特に僕なんですけれども、やはり若い人たちはやはりもっともっとこの今のパッドに合わせて、
Now you're saying that the newer generations, or especially in the team, even, you're saying maybe we should come up with new specs that kind of make more use of the gamepads and stuff like that. And then he's talking about, I think that kind of like the rapid button presses and things like
execution,
that. It makes you feel more immersed in the game physically.
You get more energetic, right? You feel like I'm really going in here.
Right. That's a good point. And Pachi says he often conflicts with Daisuke-san on that one.
Okay. Again, I would say, I say it again, this would have been an amazing thing just to see what these people are saying exactly if it was subtitled.
So that's a merit of the arcade controllers? But he wants to
I agree
have a
about
battle
the
system that doesn't
I need to get one, by the way,
towards
for
either
you don't need a
or
pad, you don't
arcade
need a stick. They want to make a game that you don't even think about it.
Gabriel, hey Nabil, how hopefully are you for KOF Awakening? It's KOF Awakening, and I'm very, very excited by it.
We're shifting towards the esports
no, King of
era.
Fighters 15 is 3D.
So
not,
your pad or your controller is similar to like your tool if you're an athlete, right? Like a pad or your racket or whatever.
I think that's kind of interesting about the possibilities that might come with that. He's talking like maybe even you should have different formats.
I
like
disagree with that.
one allows like anything with your tool, but we know all about this, right? The sentiment.
He was talking about maybe it'd be cool to have different rules. Like you can even have like
one is
modded
more
arcade
limited.
sticks.
Right?
I would consider going for a
modded arcade sticks. If you press this one button,
board,
it'll do like a very complex command, like have a tournament that allows that, have a different tournament that doesn't.
Arcade stick, my PlayStation 4.
Oh, he brought up Mori-san here.
Like,
he said he only plays on pad, right?
He's like, I don't have an image. He plays on pad, right? He doesn't, right? And they mentioned, his arcade stick.
Dude, why is Harada has printouts of all these people?
He said he's dropped it. He's seen Mori-san drop the arcade stick from his lap
knees,
several
right?
times.
Playing on his lap, he dropped it. Maybe he's not a pro. How come Mori-san's not here?
I'm glad he was able to participate in some way, though. Mori-san's a super cool dude.
What I have well, hold on.
Harada's a troll, man. Zoom in here.
I have the this one
He's
PlayStation 4
trying to have
Mad Cats,
a
but I
serious
changed the
discussion, and
PCB
Harada's
to a Brooks Universal. Has low input lag and it works on every system.
With his boss there.
Reminds me of that Japanese
And I will be
TV program
changing
where
the art
you can't
very
laugh,
soon.
and if you do, they kick you in the behind, right?
I just got
Yeah, so
some.
just asking Harada, like, how many photos do
cool
you have?
Samurai
Like, how
Showdown
many
art
photos do you have ready to go, Harada?
He said he doesn't have everyone. But in case the SNK connection fails, he's got this as a backup.
Yesterday
two
at the rehearsal, there was a joke
2 and 2.
where they were using Wi-Fi. Like, some of the guys were using Wi-Fi, so Harada yelled at everybody.
He's
He's
like,
supposed to be fighting
should
games.
be ashamed of yourself.
Why are you going to be using Wi-Fi? What's wrong with you guys? So he's like, yeah, SNK, in case their Wi-Fi goes down again, we have this.
So now we're going on to the next one?
Making fun of SNK, man. Harada is crazy.
Is this everybody wants?
Oh,
Okay.
future user experience of fighting games.
What does this mean, though? It's a hard question. Let's see.
It's pretty open-ended,
Yeah,
right?
What would be the user experience in a future fighting game? That's a
This is
very
again
interesting question.
Daisuke-san, I believe, right?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, sorry. I was looking. I was like, who's talking?
長いことルール変更が行われないのに対して格闘ゲームっていうのはこう日々
So he's talking about other game genres, maybe the rules don't change that much, but fighting games change their game systems quite often. Users expect this to occur, every 3 years, maybe every 5 at the most.
It's true. Tekken DLC. Oh my god, dude. Too soon,
what are some
brother.
new
Too soon.
possibilities? Maybe like how does AI maybe affect it? Maybe there's some kind of interesting possibilities there.
He said also, like, up until now, we just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again for fighting game. So he thinks rather than Ishitari coming up with ideas for the future by himself. It's like, this is the value of this kind of group discussion.
Right?
So let's have everybody. What do you think we can do in the future?
But it's kind of like poker, right? It's like, do you really want to give away?
What do you want to tell me? Tell me your idea. Ono-san. Ono-san is here as well.
Where's the Blanca though? Oh, he is the Blanca.
Yeah, he's got him.
And this is Mochie-san gonna give us his opinion. He believes matching, of course, right? A better experience there. But he's not from a development background.
20 minutes, guys, to go. For the trailers,
Saying
the
that's kind of
announcements.
important
Matching is
element
what
that
the
you have to
online. He's talking about
get
online
right.
matchmaking.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be
And
one
if
trailer
that
after the
experience
other,
isn't
one
tight,
announcement after the
you'll
other. I
lose
don't
your
know how they're
player
gonna make
base
it.
over time. So he believes everyone is trying their best to try to improve that aspect, especially. Currently, you know, we have rank is one way that we divide players based on their
Sure, yeah,
skill,
that'd be
whether that's
awesome.
a certain
With
rank,
subtitles,
whether it's a
please.
point attribute. But you know, which one is best? That's kind of something open for discussion, right?
You know what I'm thinking now? Once they show King of Fighters 15 and all that
So,
excitement,
yeah, do you want to cut,
will I be
cut
able
people
to
up by
keep going
ranks
and,
or
and
by
be excited about
experience,
the other
like
games
point
they're gonna
system?
show?
So the point system, you can just
I don't
kind of
know,
grind,
man.
right? You don't have to be that good. You can just kind of grind and go up here. They keep mentioning AI, though. Is this what they're talking about? CPU? Could this be something?
Well, I think the concept is something we come up with as well. That
How to
a
decide.
perfect AI character is going to be the most fun experience, probably, if you don't know it's AI, because it would be perfectly at your level where you know you feel like you're growing, having a good time. So I think Kurata's kind of touched on that. I think he's talking on the point and the rank. No, he is talking about AI. He said he's talked to IBM people before about this AI and maybe improvement on player experience.
For a story mode,
As a
yes. 100 times yes. A story mode for the King of Fighters 15, a proper one, please.
So taking all the different data, feeding the AI program, and
And the IBM guy said, you know, if you have enough data points, maybe that opens up the possibilities even more for something. But the
Man,
real
this other,
time, the
wake
need
up,
for
man, wake
real-time,
up. It's almost time for the
data
trailers, man.
and
15
everything.
minutes, you can do
to
it.
compute it is kind of, you know, online is one of the big hurdles in doing that. Because you have to get the data from both sides. The CPU or whatever you're using has to compute all that and then output it in real time, right? And that's something it's kind of hard to see how to actually implement it at this point, currently.
yeah, he mentioned the person he talked to said that there's not a lot of companies out that are working on this right now. So right now it's difficult, but he's like, in the future this could be something that comes out.
Who we got now?
I
Shimpuchi.
kind of
Right?
lost it there. I'm not sure what they're talking about now.
Oh, and they say no, maybe Mochie-san was talking more about how to more effectively match people
Match
using
people,
AI.
yeah.
That's kind of an interesting idea, yeah. And it's just, kind of what I touched on, that if you had an AI opponent that maybe you don't know it's AI,
If you're
for someone
brand
who
new
just
player,
started
yeah.
out,
If you're
and they
a
just
brand new
barely
player,
let you
yeah.
in, and you kind of feel good about your experience.
I mean, other games too. You fight bots and stuff. And
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, you fight a bot.
If someone
when you're
drops
low
out,
level,
like,
yeah, a
partway
bot will
or
come
something
in,
like
yeah.
that, or
I mean,
not enough players.
Every FPS games have it. MOBAs have it. Fighting games don't have that yet. But yeah, developing that would be hard. Because right now, still, in fighting game, CPU is still doesn't really feel too.
It's not
Doesn't feel like fighting
a
a
perfect
person.
replacement
Yeah.
for a person, yeah.
Yeah, Samurai Showdown Ghost mode is not working at all. It was never fixed. I don't think they intend to fix it,
So
honestly.
now we're saying that it has to feel really human.
Yeah, that's
for
what
the
I
routines
just
of
mentioned,
AI,
right? When you fight a computer now, it feels like they're just doing random things, right? They're just doing random moves and stuff.
2008年 he said, I think?
Yeah, it's like 2008. He made an online game in China, and
バレちゃってて。
Oh, but the player base soon realized it was
That was
AI
AI,
and not
yeah,
an
yeah.
opponent.
表示ちょっとだけ
I mean, that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
そうじゃないぞっていうのが意見すごく多かったです
but
やっぱりプライド高いですよ
the
ね。
feedback from the players wasn't that great on that. Because people really want to defeat real
Yeah,
human,
you want
right?
to feel
Not
like
an
you
AI.
beat a person, right? You feel like you want to. So, are these guys? They're coming out and saying that they're going to lie to the player base. Is this what they're coming out and saying? That in the future you're not going to know if you're fighting? It sounds like a
Could be,
like
but
some
I guess it
cyberpunk
depends
future.
on how you enjoy the game, right? If it has to be a human opponent, or if you just want a really exciting match, I guess it depends on your player expectation, right? In my personal opinion.
But
Not what they're saying at the moment.
what they are saying overall, though, is a really important point. Is
King of Fighters
you know,
is
if you
gonna
go
be a party
back
game
to,
when
it's
Smash
not just
Bros.
about AI and stuff, but it's about always having an opponent to fight, right? That's the
Capcom.
issue. Is that right now, if you're a new player, you might
Oh,
go
yeah.
on. There's no one
Like
for
a
you to
6
fight
or
because
something.
everyone's
You can do
either
better.
they
Yeah,
moved
Street
on
Fighter
or they're
5
too high
story
level
mode
for
is,
you. So that's what this is coming.
And then he's touching on AI now.
Okay, it's back now.
They're saying that debugging.
He's like, if they can keep making kind of advancements and progressions around like the fighting game debugging area, then he's like, maybe you know, having a
something's wrong with-
good
I'm not losing
AI computer in the
connection, but
future
something's
could
wrong
definitely
with,
be something.
With YouTube. Yeah, hopefully it's not gonna do that when they're showing the trailers, because that's gonna suck.
It's kind of hard to get the point of what he's saying, but I think he's saying maybe, I don't know if it's debugging to like take out bugs, but more, I think he's trying to say tuning, perhaps?
Yeah, like tuning the AI and just trying to make it so it feels that, you know, even if it's the strongest character and you beat him really easily, it's like that doesn't feel good. Like it's about keeping that level that's close, that like it's supposed to be a competitive match.
Harada's saying we have some people on our team that you might think they're AI the way they play.
They always do the same combo, the same punish, the same everything.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude. There's this dude STZ I play often, and I feel that way
I
sometimes.
mean, Tekken is like that, right? That game is
Just
a lot
a reminder,
of. there's a lot
nobody
of,
said
like,
we're gonna get trailers.
if you play
Dude,
perfectly,
Mucho,
it's like every time
stop
you block
scaring
this,
me.
you're gonna do that punish, right? It's a very
Stop
calculated
scaring
game.
me, please.
Yeah, you have some players that try to optimize it heavily, but some people just throw away like a 14 frame or whatever, right? They'll just be like, I'm gonna do only a 10 and, you know, 12 and a 15 or whatever. Yasuda now? I wonder what he's got to say.
攻撃しなくなっちゃうらしいんですよね。
あ、そうですね。
も
He's like
う
they.
来たものに対して反応するっていうのが最適解になっていく。
Okay. What he's saying is kind of something I felt in real martial arts. He's saying like, if the higher up you get, you just don't do
You can't do
attacks
anything,
yourself, right?
yeah.
You wait for your
Yeah.
opponent and then you punish them or whatever,
Yeah.
which is kind of like what real martial arts are. You leave yourself
Yeah.
open if you do an attack. So
Yes, that's
You're just
true.
gonna be
That's
able,
true.
if you attack,
They
he's
said
gonna be
Guilty Gear
able
will
to
have
punish
a
you
trailer,
every time.
so
So he's like,
definitely gonna have
at the high
trailers.
level, you end up just standing there and just waiting for them to jump an anti or something like
But if you
that.
play fighting games, I think everyone's experienced this at one point, where you have that opponent who doesn't come at you, right? They
But
turtle.
that's the human aspect, right? Is like you have to put in that surprise or something. You have to do that random jump or something. But if you fight against an AI that doesn't get surprised, it's not going to work like that.
You're a smart man, Mucho, but I'm way too overhyped. It's too late for me to lower down my expectations, so if there's no trailer, I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
So they're talking about how making, you know, if they design an AI that every time you get close, they're going to grab you and they're going to block every attack, like they can just beat anybody, right?
Right.
They can make it, like if you look at like the old broken
Yeah.
boss characters that are like perfect.
I think Harada was kind of picking on Oda-san about the SNK boss
The old
AI,
ones,
right?
yeah, yeah.
He's
So he's
mentioned
like,
something about
yeah.
the Genocide Cutter,
Yeah.
right? Which is Rugal, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah,
right?
genocide cutter right there. But SNK is known for that, right? The famous old bosses that are like
bosses,
perfect, right?
brutal,
they read every
right?
one of your inputs, right? They just murder you. So Oda-san saying, yeah, you know, if we want to program that, we can. But that's not what they want. They want to make something that feels human.
Yeah.
I like what Okubo's saying here. So he says, even without AI, though, there's still a lot of improvements we can make to the online matchmaking system, right?
そこの、まあちょっとシビアな話になりますけど、そのランニングコストっていう
We're missing a lot of
So
information.
Okubo's, sorry, Oda-san's being more realistic. He's saying, you know, there is a lot of optimal stuff you could do, but cost
Yeah.
to actually implement these things, and it's kind of a balance that you do have to take into effect if you're in their position, right?
連携の部分はいいです。
And then Harada's like, yeah, we should just like team up and
Let's
you know
go.
kind
Yeah,
of
he's
try to
asking
share
Capcom.
on some of this
Yeah,
stuff,
he's like,
right?
Capcom, why don't you give me some stuff?
Definitely.
So he's saying we could even like share some of our data on what we've learned about different ranks
Yeah.
and player base and stuff.
I've known, like, I've done work with Arika, and I remember just talking to those guys. They're like, Harada goes out. They said Morning-san as well. They're very, very kind of proactive for developers, like talking with other companies, sharing and stuff. It's like he's not a very like secretive or protective guy. He's all about raising everybody up.
He's one of the only ones that can do it for many reasons, and he's the exception, not in the rule.
So anyway, next question here. So this is a very hot topic, at least in the West right now.
Yeah.
But fighting games getting simplified and how to stop that or make it so that it's acceptable.
毎回ね、
Who we got now?
Shimbori-san.
ナン
Shimbori-san?
バリングだとか新作出すたびに、新しいユーザーを取りに行く。
So he's saying that
やっぱりこう
obviously we all have to gain the new player base with each new installment. That's one of the things that the company expects of us producers, right?
Delete all
So
the
it's
combos.
like when you make a new game, if you like whatever Dead or Alive 4, and then you're going to put out 5, it's like you need to get new people with 5, but then the people you have in 4, you need to keep them happy as
Exactly.
well. So that's why there's always this kind of...
And he's saying like, how do you guys tackle
Yeah.
that? And
Yeah.
everyone's like quiet now. It's like
How do you
that's one
do
of the
it?
hardest
Yeah.
parts of
How
our
do you
job,
do it?
right?
Yeah. Right? You can't just keep making the game for the same group of players, right? You need to... That's where the simplification comes
Yeah.
from. So let's see.
He
Nobody
just-
wants to give an answer.
Well, he just threw it to Ishiwatari-san, and Harada's like, you gave it to the most complex fighting game system, right?
あえてみたいなこう結婚前提で、その辺ちょっと確かに聞いてて、さっき聞いてて知りたいなとは思いましたね。
Gobo-san's just
Yeah.
saying he would
I
like
wanna-
to know as well.
Yeah, I want to hear... Because he was talking about how Daisuke uses the arcade stick and his games are difficult.
簡単っていうこと
But Strive is coming out, right? Strive is a huge change.
About 7 minutes from the announcement, guys.
So
Seven.
Ishiwatari's just saying, Ishiwatari-san's just saying, there's a difference between simple and easy, and they're not necessarily the same.
Yeah.
しやすくさせたいっていうことが一番の目
He's saying that obviously we want to make it easy to understand is the main objective, right?
減らしたりボタンを減らしたりすることなのかどうかっていうのは
So whether that means though cutting out game
Yeah.
systems and things might not necessarily be one and the same, right?
They're gonna find out, right? Right. So he says they're still trying to figure out. So that's what the new game Strive is gonna
Do
be.
some
They're
more. Don't take too
changing
long,
things.
man.
So he's gonna find
Gonna
out
start
if
in
maybe
5
cutting
minutes.
buttons out, cutting execution out. Will this make it easier to understand the game, or is it some other things that are important here?
その奥を表現するためのそのシステムとしては当然やはり
So I wonder how we're gonna...
So
Who's
he's
gonna
just saying
start
that
with the announcements here?
you need a system that allows for player growth according to how much you practice, etc. But then it has to be kind of easy to understand
Yeah.
for new players that come in. So it doesn't mean it's easy, right? It means that it's easy to understand what
Yeah.
you need to do, right?
And not just gameplay too. It's just like the looking and being able to understand, like just all the menus and UI and everything.
面白いって思えるところに来れたら、まあシンプルかどうかとかはあんまり関係ない。
But then if you can see, if new players can see what the game system's about and it's easy to understand, but at the same time it looks something like
Yeah.
something that's awesome that
Yeah.
you want to do yourself, then it doesn't really matter if it means cutting systems down or not.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to do that.
Maybe you don't need
You're
it.
just
If
saying
it's
that's
fun,
not
if it's good,
the goal,
yeah.
that's just one
Yeah.
method to try to achieve that, right? Cool.
Alright, this is the last question, so... Things that are gonna
They're
get...
talking about, even as this Koei Tecmo, they're asking about Grand Blue, I think.
He's trying to say that Shinsei means like visibility and to be able to understand what's going on at a glance, right? So trying to attain that, but at the same time have some kind of depth
He was
via the
asking
game
Pachi,
systems, right?
So Pachi's gonna talk about Grand Blue now, because Grand Blue has like the cooldown system. It's simple, it's easy to understand, but
Adds depth to it apparently. Yeah. He's saying he doesn't want to decrease, the inputs that make fighting games cool.
yeah. So Grand Blue, you can do both. You can do the command input, or you can do the easy input.
So this is the movie SNK talked about 2 or 3 years ago. It takes place
So
after
he's just
the
saying
anime.
if you could try to take both of those and
Yeah, rather
maybe
than
somehow combine them
Nameless,
into a cohesive system.
regarding
Right?
King of Fighters Awaken, it's an adaptation of 96, so we might still get something for 95, maybe another series, another season, but it is a continuation of the King of Fighters Destiny.
I'll let you handle this one because
Yeah,
you're more
I
a
mean,
Grand Blue dude.
again, it's talking about simplification here. So he said, like you said, what happened if we get both? Rather than simplifying, let's just
Here
keep
on
both
V, it's
options in
actually a
there.
continuation. The
So
movie is a continuation.
Try to find a balance between
Yeah.
the two.
Destiny. I can confirm that.
So I think he was talking about the
It's in
little
2D,
mistake
3D,
here.
right?
Yeah, 2D, 3D, but talking the problem in fighting games about inputting your command and then not getting it out. I think in 3D games it's a little bit different, but in like a 2D game, like if you input a Dragon Punch and you don't get it, you just get a little jab kind of thing. So he was thinking that, you know, that's part of the, that is part of the difficulty of a 2D fighting game is being able to put out those key moves in the key situations. So what was the point? What was the point of having a simple input in there? So he's saying, you know, we're going to have the cooldown system so you can put it out whenever you want, but it's you have to choose the proper time.
Right.
Right. Even though it's one button, the cooldown is heavier.
Has to be more intentional,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
the cooldown is heavier there.
Okay.
Alright, it's happening.
So that's, yeah, that is the difference. If you don't know, in Grand Blue is like if you do the command input, your cooldown is a little bit shorter here, but the easier one is a bit longer.
So now let's talk about
So
the entrance.
yeah, the getting into the game, right? So if you pick up a 2D fighting game, is that the first gap of doing all the inputs and everything. So Harada's saying
It's a
by
big
having
step
the
there, right?
yeah, by putting in a simple inputs in Grand Blue, there's
Kind
you
of
can just
lowers
get
the
in,
barrier.
right? You can get in, and then the ceiling might be high, but the entrance is really wide open. So yeah, there's already so many people that have been playing fighting games for so long that, you know, there's so many godlike, really strong players that how can a brand new player just jump in right away?
I think he's saying that, right, that it's not just the input, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that
Skill levels
you
and
can't
stuff.
overcome
Yeah.
against a more experienced player. So
But again, this
quite
is
different,
yeah.
difficult.
This is not like an easy answer, right? There's no clear how do we simplify the game? Will they get more people in there, or like how can we actually? I guess this is
Yeah, I
the
think he's
same as
saying,
before.
how do you get new player groups with experienced
Yeah.
groups to be able to play on the same field, right? Which is difficult, because you know, part of the draw to practicing the games is to have that thing that you can keep with you, that you know you're good at fighting games. I'm trying to think in English, it's not coming out like it does in Japanese.
Yeah. Harada says like if something is simple, it doesn't mean that it's going to be good for it. Just because it's simple doesn't mean that new players are going to be able to play and do something like that.
Right, because you could do the commands,
yeah,
but you won't know
how to
the
play.
best timing against someone who's better than you, right?
He gave an example of like fighting or FPS games that even if you're a brand new player, all you do is you just got to shoot somebody,
yeah.
right? So you know what to do. Even if someone's better than you, you can still get, if you get like a sneak
Lucky.
attack on them, you can always shoot them. But in a fighting game, it's not like that.
Alright, it's 1 minute left, guys.
But if we did that on fighting games, it could be simple. You could have like a 1 or 2 hit kill, right? But is that a good idea? But the idea is to try to
Move them down.
design
like,
a gradual,
yeah.
you
It's
know,
fun at all
staircase,
levels, yeah, right? You start here and then you keep going and keep going and keep going.
so that you get like really involved in the game, invested, I guess you'd say.
すいません。じゃあ、
So yes, is cutting them off to go to the next topic because
This
we're.
question is like a 3-hour discussion, right?
Oh, this stuff isn't something
Yeah.
you can do in like
In
5 to
8
10 minutes,
minutes, yeah.
right?
想定外の進行だったんですけども、皆さんありがとうございました。
So what was that, only 4?
ありがとうございました。
So I
We had
don't
three,
think we...
maybe.
Was it 3? I think it was 4, but that's it for the discussion corner, guys.
Oh, we ran out of time?
Yeah, I told you. We ran out of time.
Wonder what the ones we missed were.
Alright, it's happening.
I don't know.
Yes,
but
let's do
hopefully
this.
they'll do it again.
Let's do this.
Hopefully they'll talk more too, right? It's like 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's kind of short. But we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, I believe
Well,
these
come
guys
on,
are.
break.
I think Pachi-san and Daisuke,
Are gonna
they
swap
said
out,
are
right?
going to swap out. They're going to bring in someone else, Ozawa-san, I think.
Yeah,
But-
Elzazan, I believe, right?
Now, I know there's a lot of people watching that are only here for the announcements.
Announcements.
Well, it's going to start
Soon.
from now. Yeah,
Soon.
so hang in there.
So I think they're
Okay.
So he's got Punch is talking about his Grand Blue Fantasy stream they're gonna have
next Saturday.
Next Saturday, is it? And they might have something to talk about.
Alright.
So if you're here
Trolling,
for Grand
they are,
Blue
aren't
news,
they?
I don't think
Wait
it's
till
coming
next week,
today.
right?
I think it's going to be next week. So he's not giving any answers. He's just saying next
It's
week.
like,
Just tune in next week.
I know some people might think that way. Maybe we'll see. Maybe that's something to talk about next week.
What is that?
Who
The
knows?
8th. So next week, August 8th.
Is it 8th? Did you
Yeah.
say? Okay.
Why are
August
some
8th,
people
so
saying we'll
next
show
Saturday,
things next week? Dude,
1
don't
week
do
from
this to
today.
SNK.
Is Nishitani-san also taken off as well?
No, I think he's
I didn't
in.
catch it.
So Daisuke is leaving as well, but he's saying, make sure you stick around to the end. Make
Yep.
sure you watch to the end. And I'm telling you to, make sure you watch to the end. And watch on Twitter as well.
Watch on
All right,
Twitter?
so guys, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be...
Alright, 5 minutes break. 5-minute break. Okay. Alright. This is 2 a.m. here, guys. Don't disappoint me, SNK. Don't disappoint me. CompetePlaystation.com. Alright. Okay. So, your opinion? Dude, I don't know. Like this round table is actually interesting because we get to see all these people from the fighting game industry talking about things. But the way it was presented, and again because it was live and not pre-recorded, it made it difficult to have proper translation. So the translators were doing it the best they could. But it was just this. It felt there's a lot this disconnect between the two, and it just felt off. So we didn't really like. There's a lot of time where I don't know who's talking, and there's a lot of we didn't get all what these devs were saying. So it made it kind of not as interesting as it would have been if it was just subtitled. So. Alright, but we're not here for that. Most of us are here to actually see some trailers. So it's supposed to start soon. We'll be back soon, alright? We're waiting, and we're here, and we're not leaving until we get something. What do we want? KOF 15 trailer. When do we want it? Yesterday. We'll be back soon. All right. So they're doing actually this live. I thought it was gonna be pre-recorded and just streamed, but they're actually doing all this live. So, what do we want? King of Fighters 15. When do we want it? Right freaking now. King of Fighters collection. Dude, alright, I don't want to scare you guys, but before the start of the stream, I was betting like 99.9 for the King of Fighters 15 trailer. Now after this, it dropped to about 87%. And don't do this. Don't do this to me, SNK. Don't do this. We've been waiting for this for a year. Don't tell me you gotta wait till next week or something like that. No, no, no. Please make a video of how you fell in love with New Geo SNK. Yeah, dude, that's a good idea. I talk about it a lot, but yeah. 20% Fuso Moro, man, no. SNK, please, don't you pull a warden, please. Series 6 will be on Sony's August showcase, I think. I'm giving it 42% now. I guess I'm too generous. I'm giving it 87%. Because it would be, I think it would be a mistake if they don't show the King of Fighters 15. Now it's starting in about a minute. It's in a minute. Okay. There's a counter now. Okay. New King Fighter Show for All Stars. Oh, dude, no, this is gonna be for consoles. So, who's your favorite KOF fighter? Ah, dude, a bunch of them. I don't have one single one like favorite. They will show a screenshot. Someone cool me down, dude. Yeah, it's tense. I can feel oh, 4 seconds, it's starting now. Alright. Yours is delayed, yeah, I know.
Okay, so welcome back, guys.
Okay.
Thank you for sticking around after the break. So this is going to be the second part of the roundtable, except discussions are, you know, we had a nice little 50 minutes of discussion now. The second half is going to be about some announcements, news, upcoming events like this. I know looking on Twitter, this is what a lot of people are here for, right?
The part you guys are waiting for,
yes.
right?
So here we see Ozawa. Ozawa up here is taking place of Arc System.
Yeah, Ozawa-san up there, second from the left, right? Oh, cool. He's got a little doll. Is that Mori-san?
It looks
a Mori
like
doll?
he's got the glasses and the leather jacket,
That's
so I think
cool,
it is
man.
Mori.
I want a Mori doll.
So they're making a little joke. They're not calling them announcements. They're calling them souvenirs, right? Did you bring a souvenir to the show?
Presents.
Yeah, did you bring anything for people? So they're gonna go one by one, and they're gonna each developer is gonna say if they have something or not.
Alright, so just so you guys maybe who are just tuning in now, we got Wada-san, producer on Sam's show, also KOF, I believe. The director, Kuroki-san, Uzawa-san just joining from Arc System Works. The legend himself, Nishitani-san from Arika. Mochie from Koei Tecmo Games, along with Shibori-san. You know, you guys probably are pretty familiar with him. Nakayama-san and Matsumoto-san are two that we don't really see from that much from Capcom, but they're the producer and the director on the Street Fighter series. From our side, we got Yasuda Esports, who does all the esports stuff in Japan here, and obviously Harada and Okubo, the two. I don't know what you call it. He's the chief producer on the whole Tekken franchise. You know, I'm the day-to-day producer. Okubo is producer on Soul Calibur 6. So that's what we got today.
Who can go first? So they were fighting over who gets to give the first announcement, and it looks like Koei Tecmo won.
Well, yeah, it's like we're doing presentation in school, and you don't want to be first or last, right? You gotta be in that good spot, you know.
Get in it.
So now Shimbori-san's gonna go first, I believe.
Yeah, Shimbori's speaking now, right? Okay. But yeah, first of all, they thanked everybody, right? Thank you, everybody, right now.
They're saying that the player base is expanding.
Yeah, it's still growing, even during this year.
They're saying that it's doing quite well.
They're like, why are you talking like that?
He looks surprised, yeah.
Like, why is he's saying good news? It's like, why? I was like, why are you talking like that? Come on, man.
So he's saying he hasn't brought anything huge today, but but they already have like a kind of free-to-play version with DOA 6, right?
Yeah,
I think people already know this one. So this is saying 3 million downloads, right?
10,000, 100,000, 3 million.
3 million, 3 million.
Dude, I've been here 10 years. I still can't do the numbers. 3 million.
I've been doing so many budgets and stuff. I'm so used to the Japanese numbers.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in Dead or Alive, like they mentioned, the cute girls, a lot of cute girls, you can give it a try for free right here.
So, I don't know what the terminology here. The Core Fighters version is on Xbox One and Steam, but then free-to-play is on PlayStation 4. It
Probably just naming thing, but I think it's the same exact thing. So he said, even though it's free-to-play, you can, you get a full training mode and everything. You can practice.
So you get the base game for free, and then you kind of
if you
buy
enjoy
the characters that
it,
you want to play, right?
You can buy skins too. He's like, you get like you can play with 4 characters at the start. But he's like, you can give it a try, and then you can just support us. If you don't want to buy the full game, but you want to support, just some skins and things like that.
So
he's saying that one of the merits, you can just download the game for free and purchase only the characters you're interested in, right?
You know, the pro players always talk about like, oh, you need to have every character in training mode, but if you don't want to play training mode, you just want to go online with the character you like, just buy them.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like this is a
players
good
have
system.
their own goals that they want to achieve, so. So he's saying that they have a wide variety of different players, but they want to expand the base even more, so check it out.
Even more. So again, just thanking everyone. Please come out. He seems very not confident. I don't know.
And just thinking SNK.
Yeah, thank you. SNK has the collab characters and stuff. So here's our next slide.
So this is a summer sale going on, I believe, from...
Whoa, what happened?
Free version first.
I think he's mentioned that Season Pass 1 is the one that includes Shiranui Mai and the SNK characters, right?
Right here. It looks like Season Pass 2
Harada
is
is
summer.
mentioning that Capcom doesn't get paid a cent when people play Goki in our game, or
No,
Akuma,
this is a presentation.
but we let them use some what do you call it, patents.
Yeah.
Man, he's gonna say this stuff on stream, huh?
He just says he's all out, huh?
Okay.
Dev secrets.
Just to our corporate office, I didn't say that. I'm just translating what Harada's saying. So.
This first
So on the bottom right,
Season Pass 4.
Season Pass 4.
ちょっと出すことにしましたでここにね新キャラクター最新のキャラクターの玉木っていうキャラクター
So the latest character Tamaki is included.
Tamaki, yeah. I think that girl with the greenish hair.
She's quite popular, so
Did they do it on
check her out.
purpose to start with the least interesting game of this
What? We got he's got something
you
else.
know,
消してもらっ
the
ていいですか
discussion or
Can
Yeah,
you
what?
get
turn
rid of
off
this
the slide.
slide?
ちょっと今
What? He's gonna do a Harada thing?
見えるんかな
He's like, I wonder if you can see this.
あ
I think that's
日本で
Tamaki.
今デッドライブ6アーケード版もやって
He's talking about the arcade version in Japan, right?
Yeah, hold it up. Hold it up.
寄らないと
Yeah, like, hold it up.
No idea, dude.
もうちょい前あでもうちょっと
Oh, no.
Oh, cool. The way that blur works is pretty interesting.
That
Right?
definitely was not intentional.
Is this the new character, the Tamaki?
Tamaki, yeah, I believe so. I believe so. And
Oh
look
man,
down
they're
here,
gonna
we
show
got-
us
look at
stuff
Harada.
like that.
I wonder who that is. That's the famous
Yeah,
Itagaki-san, right?
Itagaki-san, the old Team Ninja guy.
Wow.
Him and Harada got some rivalry, right? Some smack
Well,
talk
they
was going
no,
on.
they
This is,
used to
Brandon
Yeah,
McRae.
until Itagaki-san found out they were both from the same university.
Oh, really?
And Itagaki-san is a senpai, which totally changes the whole
really?
dynamic,
Okay.
right?
So now Harada's got to
It's like
apologize.
he used to be Harada-san,
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, Harada. So
1月5日からついに玉木デビューできそうです
So it looks like soon Tamaki will be in the arcade. You know, she'll be added to the arcade
今な
soon.
らアーケードでもお楽しみいただけます
There
So he's
was a-
saying that, yeah. So the people who are waiting to see this character in the arcades,
Yeah.
it should be soon.
Yeah. This definitely was not
Harada's
intentional.
like pulling this.
Okay, this
What?
is like this is torture, man.
Yeah, so this
Are we
is
gonna get trailers or not?
Japan discussion about the arcades. Arcades were closed for a good 2 months or so, but they're reopened now.
Yeah.
They're reopened now, so there are interesting.
Well, it depends
enough,
on where you
yeah.
are too, right? Like Tokyo or out in the countryside.
There are some people in Japan that are arcade only, believe it or not.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's like
Master
I don't-
Cup is
yeah.
like a sampling of that,
Yeah,
right?
arcade only. I don't play console, so
ありがとうございます。
終了ということで、まあ
that's our other boss.
今PS4 版とほぼ
It's only announcements, man. I'm already
そうですね、まあ
I'm already crying inside.
ぜひ
7%
見て
shit.
ください
Yeah.
It's because it's the 5th.
Yeah,
Go to
so on
the
Wednesday is when the
arcade.
game's
I hope
yeah.
so.
配信ということ
I
で
hope so,
Which
man.
applies to any of you guys in
It's,
Japan, I suppose, right?
時間的に早く行き過ぎるともしかしたらまだ配信
But if you
they're
go
having
too early
fun.
to the
Well, they
arcade,
are
it might
having
not
fun,
be
but are
released
we
yet.
Yeah, on
having
Wednesday,
fun?
right?
ありがとうございます。
It takes time, dude.
Yeah,
It's so
to get the
crazy
update,
now.
Upload everything. Yeah.
Feeling
But it will
getting
be
nervous.
Wednesday, but that's it
Getting
for,
goofy. I
Koei
am
Tecmo.
getting nervous.
So next is
I am.
我こそはという方、
Who?
どうしましょ
Who we got?
Harada.
女性です。
All right,
Ura-san.
SNK.
SNK, all right.
では、
Okay.
SNK の
Now I saw on Twitter there was a lot of questions. A lot of people want SNK news. Let's see what they got today.
Well, everyone knows the question, right?
告知させていただけたらと思います。最初のフリップ。
So he's got something to share with you guys.
Okay, yeah. This is a character that was just announced, right?
Cole
They just
Sonny?
said, yeah.
That's the Japanese read. I don't know what it is in English, right?
新しい、コラボキャラクタ
You
ー。
know this?
Collaboration character, this new for Sam Spirits, Sam Show, you
Yeah.
call it in English, right?
Honor, I believe the game is called Honor of Kings.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Did, he just said her name in the Chinese pronunciation, and everyone's laughing, like, man, you sounded like a native Chinese speaker, man.
He's getting
He
good
had
at
to.
that.
I mean, if he had to go to Tencent, if he had to go out to China and do it, he had to like get the pronunciation
guys,
and everything
right?
going. But she's free. She's free. So if you guys, I'm sure if you're a Sam Show fan, you probably already are aware of this. But you can just download and play from the 6th there.
Okay.
The next slide.
Next slide, please.
Season Pass 3.
Season Pass
It's happening.
3.
This is good.
Yes.
Development
That's good.
is decided.
Decided. So
Yeah.
it's right. So they've announced.
It's a go. It's a
Yeah.
go, yep. This is
Yep.
the first time they're announcing that,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So season 2 came out. You have all the characters, but they're still going. So Samurai Spirits is still going. Samurai Showdown in the West. So now it's time for you guys to go on Twitter and then spam them with whatever DLC character you want.
Good.
So just saying that they're not going to touch on the details today, but you know, please
Something
look
new.
forward to info coming soon.
Yep.
されたと記憶してて、で8月の6日に先ほどのコウ・ソンリが新キャラとして出て、そしてシーズンパス3なんかすごい早いというか。
They're like,
And you're just talking about the pace of the development is quite fast. The new character
Yeah, they had
being
Warden,
announced, and
so-
then now Season
Yeah.
Pass 3.
June. So in June, the end of June, they put in Warden, the new character, and now you have the new Honor of Kings character, and now you have season 3. So they're like, you guys are getting a lot of
Cranking
info.
it out,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna be sprayed.
だからかなりのペースであることは間違いないですよね。
Yeah, everyone's just really surprised at the pace of the development there, right?
だって SNK さんだけど、それだって会社から放送してるわけじゃないですか。そうなんですよ。
Are we saying these two are actually streaming from SNK
Yep.
office
Yeah, yeah. You see in the background.
on Saturday?
Yeah.
ね、僕と大久保さんなんてこれ自宅からですもん。
And Harada and
Yeah.
Okubo are
We're
both
at
at
home.
home.
He's like, we're at home, man.
はい。
ネオジオ T シャツ着ろって言われて。
Okay.
And they made them wear the Neo Geo t-shirts too, probably, right? He's saying your company's pretty tight run ship,
They
huh?
call it a black company. That
Yeah,
means
that-
like it's they overwork
Different
their
connotation in
employees, right? They
Japan.
overwork their
Don't tell me
employees.
that's
So it's
it.
like, man, you guys need to loosen up over there.
ちょっとお一つだけ
Uh-oh.
もしよければちょっと聞かせていただきたいことがあるんです
So this is the MC
Yeah, he's
asking
got
the
a
question, right?
question.
サムライスピリッツの、シーズン3ももちろんユーザー
Sam Show
めちゃくちゃ嬉しいと思うんですけど、
Okay.
まあ SNK さんといえばもう一つ
But there's another franchise that everyone
Don't do
knows.
it.
Don't do
続
it.
いてるシリーズが
What?
結構新作発表されてその後
I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not saying anything until they say it.
何かお
Yeah.
伝えできることって
He's asking, is there anything you can touch on for
Yeah, it's
that?
like there's another game, there's another series.
Okay. It's
Oda's
happening.
looking for the sword
Yeah,
under the
yeah.
desk, right? He's like, come to
He's
get
like-
this dude.
画面が止まり始めましたけど、俺が
There's another series.
Uh-oh.
今僕 MC 側じゃなくてファンボーイ目線で
And he's
So-
saying that not from an MC perspective, but from a fanboy.
Yeah, Fui is a fighting game player.
Yeah, I don't think this was on script either, right?
エボでタイトルのロゴ、
Yeah, so it was last year at Evo. 1 year ago is when they announced.
開発中でして、
He said that thing is in development on the floor above me.
ちょっとね、今回の発表に
They still didn't say the name. I don't want to say the name if they're not
Me
going to say the
neither.
name.
皆さんにお見せできるものっていうのが間に合わなかったので、ま
But
た後日
they didn't have anything in time to show for this timing.
Shit.
But they have something they're considering soon.
Yeah, very
Oh,
Just
soon.
to
come
make it,
on, dude.
This,
Nothing for the King of
Whatever
Fighters
game that
15.
is, I have no idea what they were
Oh my
talking
god,
about.
dude.
ありがとうご
But
ざいました。
Thank you very
yeah,
much for that,
unfortunately, they couldn't show any new news today. But they said very soon.
Unbelievable, man. Come
a little
on,
bit,
dude.
They want to show you.
What the f...
And Harada's now just asking for Geese permanently in Tekken.
Can I do
Dude,
that?
come on, really?
And Oda-san said, okay, I'll try to get a higher position in the company and try to make
The
that
f-
happen.
dude.
Yeah, I'll do anything I can to help. Oda-san's a super cool guy.
Alright, next.
Next maker, publisher,
Dude, unbelievable,
Yeah.
man.
Capcom-san.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
We got
Fuck
Matsumoto-san here.
Shit, man. What the f...
Who's
Oh
the
my
producer,
god.
right? About Street Fighter 5. He wants to touch on
Yeah.
some things.
Oh
So
my
they
dude.
just announced. I mean, they might talk about it here, but we'll see.
Seriously, what the hell, man? What the hell? Not
So
even
next slide,
nothing?
please.
Just nothing?
Okay.
Again,
Wow, this is
the
major
fifth year
fail,
of,
man.
online
Yes,
operations.
Samurai Showdown Season 3, thank you, great.
This has been
Nothing?
going on, right? So this
We've
sale
been
is
waiting
already
for
on the
this
summer
until the
sale.
4th,
yeah,
right?
until the 4th. So
Oh
if you
my
want it now, is
God.
the time. 25% off.
Oh my god,
This is a
SNK,
champion
what
edition
have
too,
you
so it
done?
comes. This is kind of like the complete version now.
What
With
have
the
you
stages
done?
and
This
costumes.
is
40,
unbelievable.
40
Yeah.
characters,
This is
200
ridiculous.
costumes, 34 stages. 27.
Shit,
That's
man.
pretty good deal right there.
I can't believe
So until the
it.
4th, right? So please, if you guys are
Hurry, if you
interested,
have- if
hurry
you don't
up.
have it
One
already,
slide saying Samurai Showdown Season 3. That's
it
it.
says
So this is
a
just
demo
Yeah.
version, right?
I think this was announced before too, but
what
from
the
the
hell,
5th,
man, dude?
they're gonna.
They knew
same
we
thing
wanted
saw
something.
With,
I mean,
with Koei
can't-
Tecmo, it's a free-to-play version right here.
oh my god,
So a
Wow.
demo version with all 40 characters, right? That's kind of crazy.
this is no, this is
So he's like, if you're interested in Street Fighter but you've never tried it before, you can just
Well,
try, you can touch the game,
I
feel
gotta
if you
send
like it or
some.
not, for free.
Dude, I am
starting on the
I am
5th.
really mad right now.
Wow.
でこれはすみません
I am really mad.
Harada's like, this is crazy, but
期間限定みたいな
Yeah, see, I was wondering this.
Yeah.
Is there a end date to it?
なるほど
What did he say?
どれぐらい
Why
の
would you do this?
It's like
What
there-
what's the whole
There
point of
is,
this?
but-
大体
About 2
Yeah,
weeks.
Samurai
That's still really
Showdown
good.
Season 3,
Yeah.
really
2
happy
weeks free
for
to
this,
play
but
Street
just a
Fighter 5
slide
with
just
the
like
whole
that?
cast.
Like, is this what they were planning to show
It's
at
crazy
Evo?
too, even if you have the game already, but you know you didn't get the DLC, you want to try a character and see if you like them. Like now's a great
Yeah,
time. You
dude,
can,
this is
you can get involved.
ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, or if you want a friend to pick it up, that's
Yeah,
a really easy way for them to do that.
放送見てる人で先ほど冒頭でおっしゃられたストリートファイターってどんなゲームかなって思ってる人はいないと思います
So Rada's just saying, I don't think there's
Dude,
anyone out
just
there
at
that's
least
wondering what is
something,
Street
man. Not
Fighter.
just a slide saying
Yeah,
Samurai
I don't
Showdown
know. It's
Season
only been
3.
around for what 30 plus years. Or something.
Why?
火を吹いて腕が伸びる
Oh my god, dude.
He's like, there's a
Nakamura-san's explanation is the guy who
He's like,
breathes
there's a guy
fire
with
and has stretchy arms,
and-
right?
Not, I mean,
and
even
Breeze Fire from
Capcom is
India.
not showing anything
He should
here.
give the game a
Just,
try.
それはなかなかいないと思いますけど
Pretty cool.
yeah, we'll wait till the end, but
She said there might be someone like that somewhere.
Maybe in
Not
the-
Dawson,
in the
but
game, yeah.
you know that doesn't know about Street Fighter.
And there's another
this
slide
is,
here.
Wow, this is.
It's about esports
Let's
info.
everyone stay till the end. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay
So
till
this
the end, but I
is
am
the
so
this weekend.
disappointed.
This is in what
Even Capcom
Central
is not
America, Latin
saying
America. It's
anything
happening. Last week they're saying Daigo won online.
I tell you, it's amazing.
That was a huge
Yeah,
thing.
Regio one day.
This week they're doing it. They're going to
Central
stream
America,
it.
right?
Where's the
Wow,
stream right here? You're
dude.
going to stream
Oh
it on
my
Capcom
God.
Fighters
Dude,
JP
this
channel. Again, this is for the
really-
Japanese audience. You guys watching right now, English stream I believe is just on Capcom Fighters there. But this weekend's another tournament.
Dude, people are gonna be so mad.
So he's touching on
Twitter.
this, and we saw
oh
it
my
with
God,
Daigo,
people are
right?
gonna
Is
be
that
crazy,
if you
man.
win it, you get a place in the finals, right?
Yeah, different from the point system
Yeah.
before. Now it's just winner qualifies.
And this is like, I don't think there's a whole lot of the tournaments in Central America, right? So he's saying this is an excellent chance.
We
They have
were
a really
ripped
strong
off.
scene
Remember
out
all the
there.
companies wanted us to watch
Yeah.
this?
See,
And he's touching on the players from Mexico, maybe, and
Yeah.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Some people that maybe you don't see quite often that are quite strong. It's a good opportunity to check that out.
yeah. So everyone, please watch.
This
Please
feels
watch, please
weird,
watch.
me like being PR for Capcom, right?
Welcome to being a commentator.
But we're all in the same boat here, right? SFL.
Okay, and this is again this is mainly only for Japan, so sorry you guys overseas. But if you're a fan, you could still watch it on the Capcom Fighters JP channel. I don't know if it's going to have an English stream.
This
He's
is
talking about a league, right?
yeah.
Everyone knows this one.
The Street Fighter League in Japan is really, really developed. They do all sorts of qualifications, all sorts of different tournaments right now. So this is a preseason open qualifier. So you win the qualifier, so you didn't qualify for stage 2. There's 5 or 6 stages. It's pretty wild. But there will be a stream happening next weekend. So again, if you want more,
Wow, they got
Under
some
22.
interesting rules though. Yeah, under 22, it's open. And he was even mentioned that there's even some Japanese talent, I think, that take place. People who are known for playing the game.
That's been really big especially for, I would say, Street Fighter out here, is that they get a lot of, you know, talent, TV hosts, comedians, models playing the game.
This was so
stuff
disappointing.
like that.
I mean, I'm happy season
This is a
3.
3-on-3 format. I think he was
Samurai
mentioning
Showdown.
earlier.
At least I'm happy for that. That's a good thing that came
Last
out
one.
full
Next
list
slide.
I think this is
for now. But
Summer
yeah,
update.
So this is. I know a lot of people were expecting. You know,
Today,
I saw on
right?
Twitter they wanted announcements and things, but Capcom has its own show, its own announcement show where they're going to give reveals. They already said they're going to show new characters, the new season. So that's going to be next week. They actually have a Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's going to be the host.
Kenny's doing
Kenny's
that.
hosting that. So again, sorry if you are a Street Fighter fan watching today, you have to wait one more week, just one more week, and this is going to be their official update there.
Now, obviously, this 2
so no
a.m.
big
is
announcements
Japan.
except
it's
Samurai
gonna be a
Showdown
prime
season
time.
3 so far.
It's prime time for
Even
the
Capcom,
dudes
they're not
out in
saying
the West
much.
there.
Just to tune in next
They're
week, and we
showing
already
a
knew
lot.
they have the summer update.
It's a special
next
guest,
week.
but it already got announced. It's Kenny.
I hope you're not like.
Hey, I was on Twitter. Unless Kenny deleted it, I don't know. It was on Twitter. I saw the tweet.
Oh, okay, there you go. Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So Matsumoto-san said it.
Yeah, he's like, they already said it. They already said it.
You and me both
You're
knew
saying-
about the not even Street
He's like, you
Fighter.
didn't
Me.
update.
You're not gonna get canceled.
I was like, you didn't update the slide. What's going on?
All right. Samurai Showdown season
Kenny,
3.
of course,
Hopefully, we'll
big
get
Street Fighter
Seeger
fan, so
again on
he's a player, so it's a good match there.
in some stages.
このやり取りするのに LINE のグループ作ったんですけど、シンボリさんの
But,
iPhone もケニーオメガと
So he was just
Wow, I
also
can't
mentioned that we
believe,
have a
uh,
line group of all the publishers that we used to coordinate this. And Shinbori-san's icon was Kenny Omega. I didn't know that.
From Koei Tecmo.
Wow. Okay.
Where's Kenny? Kenny, you got to guess Captain Dead or Alive.
I wonder how that'll turn out. That'll be interesting.
It's a grab-heavy game.
日が変わっての、午前2時
But yeah, again,
For Japan,
please
2 a.m.,
don't
right?
get angry. Please don't go crazy. Just one more week. One more week.
Relax.
This has been planned for a
Well,
while,
at least
so they can't just be like, all right,
Capcom people,
let's
they're
just
gonna have to wait
right,
for
right.
one more week. They know it's happening next week.
It
While
looks like they're going to give a lot of
again, for us, with the
details,
King of
too,
Fighters
so look
15, we
forward to
don't know
that.
when it's
I
gonna
just
happen.
mentioned to the Japanese people that they're going to do an archive in case you can't tune in at 2 a.m. So Harada's saying he's up, so no problem.
Street Fighter actually has been, when they do these reveals, they've been just showing everything. They've been like, the whole season, these are all the characters
They
coming
basically
out.
said they would
And
announce it
what
soon,
Yeah,
but
they
you
usually
know,
give a
they-
lot of details
Yeah,
at the
I
same
don't know
time,
when.
so if you're a Street Fighter fan, Street Fighter player, this is...
Do we have that
next week.
PlayStation thing
I'm
confirmed
glad,
for
man.
next
The more
week? Is that a
fighting games are
confirmed?
doing well, you know, the best for the scene. So.
Yeah, without a doubt, you know.
絶対今頃リークしてこれ油断できないですよ。あと
He's saying that you sure it's not going to leak, as
Yeah.
stuff often
But this
does.
happened a lot.
Harada with his trolling
Yeah.
comments again.
Why we still just to
Well, you know,
suffer?
we're pretty close at
Yeah.
Ono-san,
Well, I mean,
and
you
we
know,
would
I have to
often
finish to see the whole thing,
be
but,
in LA
very
for a show
disappointing.
or some kind of
Very
esports event where we're all on
disappointing.
Twitter making sure nothing leaks. And Ono-san was always the
No
first one to
trailers.
be like,
Nothing.
No.
Just,
Yesterday, so we had rehearsal
I
yesterday,
don't know
guys,
if
and they
this is-
showed some
maybe
of
it's a
the-
bit of,
the
how
reveals,
it's-
so I haven't seen any.
See, that's the thing. I feel like
leaks. The reveals
Japanese
you're gonna
companies,
see
you know, like
are
fighting game companies,
world
are
first.
much
people don't
better.
see that, man. Me
You
and
know,
Harada,
when
we're
like the other
like
companies,
hiding
the US
everything,
companies,
at
where they're
home
making
getting
video
yelled at
games
by our
and
wives
gameplay
because we're looking
style
at our
and
phones,
whatnot.
but it's not like we're
But in
just
terms of
scrolling
communication
stuff. It's
with
like, please don't
fans,
leak
Please don't
stuff.
leak. Please
they're
don't leak.
still
Please
new
don't
to
leak.
it, you know, and I guess they're still experimenting.
Right.
But
So yeah, Capcom fans, 1 week, just hang in there, guys. You get all your information
I don't
on
know.
the 6th.
Who's up next?
they just don't have the touch how
we still
to
have Ariko-san
hype people
and
up, you know,
us.
like
Arxis
it's
Bandai.
you know,
So
hyping
go.
people is an art, you know,
Ariko-san
it's
next,
part of
probably, right?
marketing, you know, you have to know
Just
how
that's
to
on.
hype
Here we
Okay.
go.
your people,
はいでは、
but it's
So
not.
they've been doing kind of changing Fighting Game Slayer. They've been making a beta, but they also are making a new game. I wonder.
Fighting X Slayer he's touching on. 2 years from
Yep.
release.
ちょっと後半の方ね、あんまりこう手を入れてなかったんですけども、
Towards the end, they haven't changed much.
Yeah, they didn't
But
really update the
recently,
game.
They're doing beta tests and online tests.
It's a big change too. If you guys haven't been following along, they've really kind of revamped the
Man,
entire
really
game engine.
disappointed. Really
And
disappointed.
PlayStation on Steam, you can kind of download and try it. So it's super fresh, right? If you played it on release and then you try this new beta, it's like a completely different game. So give it a try. Then they're also, I don't know if we can say, but they've been working on different
やろうかなと思っています。
I don't
What
know.
he said
I
he's
don't know what
gonna do?
happens.
ご期待ください。はい。でですね、
When this thing is over, they're going to show something new. But they've also been working on the
Nothing. I mean,
online
it's like
connectivity,
expecting-
is what I will say.
That's what he was touching on, right? He said that he thinks it feels pretty good.
Yeah,
So they're
they've been,
I don't
they've
know
been
what
pushing
to
out
say.
rollback,
Really
right?
don't
So they've
know.
been sponsored by or inspired by the West. So they've really been pushing it in their game right there.
対戦前に。
そうですそうですそうです。ああいう機能を入れていこうかなとか。あと、
Hate to say it, but yeah, that's true.
So
There's one reason they're not showing it right now, and I'm expecting the worst.
Steam version, they're
Very
gonna
upset.
add
I hope
a
we get it
screen
soon.
to
Is,
allow you
are we
to
getting that
select
PlayStation
skins.
event next week? Is that
Character
confirmed?
This character skin and stuff, right? So this company, Arika, if you look at all these other companies here, they're all massive, right? They're all huge conglomerate. They have other games outside of that. Arika is very, very, very small. It's just a small group of creators and developers. So
Very passionate though.
yeah.
いや、スキンを選択できる枠があるよっていうのと、あと Steam 版だけですっていう、まあ一応これだけ言っておきます。
So it's important that
Yeah.
you can select the skins, but it's a
But-
feature specific to the Steam version
So
at the moment.
he's hinting that I think he's hinting that there's some stuff that are coming. So he's saying all I'm going to say is this and this, and then like you kind of make
Yeah,
a conclusion
stuff.
on your own, right?
Stop
Harada figured out
getting
to
your
figure
hopes
out.
up,
Maybe
Nabil.
they're
I
gonna
know,
add more skins. I
but
don't know. More
I'm an
guest characters. Who
optimistic
knows?
guy, but dude.
Because right now there's no skins.
細かいまあニュアンスのこととかもあると思う
Yeah, I think so. Tokyo Game Show's looking more likely.
He's talking about Mihara-san
Follow
often tweets.
Mihara-san.
But yeah, dude,
About the
really,
Yeah.
really disappointed.
So if you want to
Really
know more
disappointed.
info, that's the guy to follow.
Yeah. Mihara-san he tweets in English too a little bit as well.
プレイの実証実
He's saying that they're testing. Oh, he's talking about it, huh?
Yeah.
Cross-play, they've been testing out a bit.
Yeah, so
The team's not that big. Yeah.
that's the thing about Arika is their team is very, very small. It's a very small company, but I think that gives them freedom to kind of try out more stuff. So, you know, they're trying to implement rollback. They're trying to implement crossplay in their games and stuff.
Man,
They're
gotta
trying to listen to
check
fans
what
and
people are
put everything
saying on
in.
Twitter about this.
And also, the PlayStation 4 version right now is 75% off, so it's on
75%,
sale.
wow.
Yeah. So 1200, about $10 or so.
Please buy it,
Yeah.
he said.
Support them out. Without this man right here, without Nishitani, there probably wouldn't be this conference right now, right? The creator, Street Fighter
So
2.
it's going on until the 4th as well.
Yeah, so just three
A
days
lot
from now.
of fighting stuff going on, huh?
Summer
そう
sale.
ですね。ぜひその後デッドライブを。
And please buy Dead or Alive as well.
No, they did. So SNK has a collab character, and Terry Bogard is a collab character in there. So it's like, hey, let's get some collab characters with
そういうことですね。
Yeah,
with Dead or
Terry, man.
Alive.
Some
Let's
of my
put some of
favorites.
them in there.
ストリートファイター5の体験版も8月5日でしたよね、確か。
And then Capcom-san talking about the Street Fighter 5 demo as well until about that time. And we also have sales on our games going on as well, so please check those out if you haven't bought it yet. Both Soul Calibur and Tekken.
All right,
みんなやってねってことで
I think maybe the Twitter monsters and the stream monsters, right? Be like, come on, you hyped up big announcements. Like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
that's
I
true.
think-
Please wait, please
think-
wait. So now we have two left, right? Bandai Namco and Arc System Works.
人もらっちゃっていいですか
Oh,
So they're saying
I was
Tori
hiding
isn't a bird
these
in a
guys.
sense,
Sorry.
it means like the
Go
last
back there.
spot on a presentation. So we're going first, and Arc is going to go last. It's kind of prestigious. And
Harada's like, I know you got some good news.
one is saying like, actually our European office is the publisher for their game, for Strive. So with that in mind as well,
Yeah,
you get the
well-
prestigious last place. And then
Yeah, bottom of the round
just
table.
raising the
Yeah,
hurdle
I
there.
got a lot of expectations now, right? Harada just said that Arxis has big announcements, so we got a lot of expectations. So Bandai Namco first.
So we're going first. I believe Okubo's up first with Soul Calibur
Nabil
stuff.
exited.
So we'll see what
Should
he
do that,
has,
I guess.
which I already know, obviously.
Oh, man.
When the trailers talk, we just gotta be quiet. I don't wanna do reaction videos here.
So first off, he's mentioned, and you probably saw the footage during the interval, but PlayStation's doing their tournament feature for Soul Calibur
Yep.
as well,
Where'd Harada go?
and Sony made that footage. It was only Harumaru, pretty much.
I wonder if I get close to.
So maybe Oda-san and Kuroki-san will be happy with that. We're very glad that you approved it so quickly. Thank you very much.
He's like, that's not even a Soul Calibur character. Like, come on, man.
ありがとうございました。はい、ということでですね、実際問題。
No, maybe if I ask Oda-san and Kuroki-san directly, like, guys, please, please, some King of Fighters 15 news.
Because
Hello,
of the COVID situation,
hey.
The season pass development was
didn't work.
impacted.
At least I tried.
So with some hard things to mention, but and also, like for example, when we develop our games, we have our battle team balance test it right.
Yeah.
And you have to actually be in the same room for that kind of thing. So
it's not just balancing too, like like betas and having players out there. You can't do that in this landscape. But they said finally they're going to be able to announce something.
Check it out. Here we go.
Oh, okay. What's that? What? See, we have trailers. We could have a trailer for us as well.
When I closed my eyes, I was prepared to sleep for eternity. Ishiro Mitsurugi, you murdered my master. For that, I shall have your head.
Setsuka. Well, see, that's what you should do. Show trailers, man.
Even your eyes disgust me, daughter of savages.
Do not belittle yourself, no matter how others may see you. What you have inherited is Shugun Kokonoe's very soul.
How unfortunate!
Fear the umbrellas. It's the year of the umbrellas, isn't it?
Flower petals shall line your grave! This is the work of fate. I merely played my part.
Coming with a story too. Cool.
I will strike you down and keep moving forward.
Oh. I know that guard.
Update. Oh, now I remember.
I must also draw steel.
I have one more.
There we go. So finally, we got some big announcement there. I know those guys on social media are happy, right? Because we were tagged in the tweet, and it was like every day, like 40 messages, like, put in Setsuka, give me Setsuka, where's Setsuka? There, you got her, you got her. And not just that, they're getting an update, gameplay update, new stage, the Tekken
character,
the Tekken is awesome, man. That look really sick. And that's all free, right? And it's coming out.
I believe the Tekken costumes are part of the DLC. So there's two. There's DLC 11 and 12. 11 being the character and 12 being the customization items. games. So
the stage and the update, so the balance patch is coming out in what, 3 days?
Yep.
That's all going to be free, so you guys get the stage and everything.
一生懸命作ったキャラクターで作ったコスチュームが破壊されるのが忍びないっていう人がすごい多くて。
he's saying that a lot of people, you know, you can destroy the
そ
costume,
れがですね、
but some people don't like that.
Oh,
され
okay.
ない。
From the
Yeah,
fan
so
base.
you know the character creation in Soul Calibur is very detailed and very advanced. So they're going to add an option now that your clothes can't
I don't know
get.
if they're going to have it or not. He's just touching on it.
それようやく入りますので、ぜひ
Yeah, you're right.
They
It
said
is going to be in there. So
they're going to put in a option to protect your clothes from getting blown off, so you can keep your custom character there.
10年越しですかね。
So you're saying it's coming on Tuesday. Setsuka come back first time in 10 years,
Yeah,
right?
10 years, right?
ずっと言われてて。
The fan base been asking for her for a long time.
出すのやめようかなと思ったぐらい。
And they asked so much, I thought about just not doing it despite them,
Yeah,
なんかもう言われ続けると。
I understand that feeling a lot. Maybe take notes, all you guys asking for X character, X character, X character. You can go overboard. It is possible to go overboard, right?
Try not to sleep at this point.
こちらもですね、まあかなりやり込みに応えてくれるキャラクターではありますけれども、
it's a character that's got a lot of depth to it,
ちゃん
right?
と初めて触る方でもね、ある程度ちゃんと操作ができるような感じの調整にしてます。
But we've also balanced it so that people who are more new to the game
Yeah,
can still enjoy her.
Not everyone played the game for 10 years, right? No one was back there in the original version.
Let's go back here.
And then another
It's
sale.
on sale on
Everything's on
PS4.
sale.
Please buy the game.
Until the 4th, right? So until the 4th is the sale, and then from the 4th is when the DLC is going to come out. So that's big news there if you are a Soul Calibur player, but Harada's gone.
He hasn't come back.
I am more disappointed
Okuba
than
saying
tired.
there's no
to
announcements
be
for
honest.
I guess
Tekken.
there's nothing. There's nothing to talk about Tekken, huh?
I'm gonna have to do it instead, right?
I mean, Okubo he used to work on Tekken 7, right? Before he moved to Soul Calibur. His name's in the credits for something.
Yeah.
This was a missed opportunity.
Producer
Another
on,
missed opportunity.
Japan side. Let's call Harada. Hey.
Maybe the fighting game. Oh.
Okay.
鉄拳プロジェクトの原田です。皆さん、いかがお過ごしでしょうか。もう何かとテレワーク、リモートワークですか。テレコミュニケーティングと思いますけど、オルターファイストかな。改めましてご無沙汰しております鉄拳プロジェクトの原田です。何かとね、このテレワークリモートワーク大変ですね。皆さんもこういうのには慣れましたでしょうか。今日はねあえてこんな感じで、撮影しておりますけども、いろいろ生活習慣変わる中で、我々鉄拳プロジェクトもですねいろいろもちろん、大変な思いはしておるんですけども、皆様にですね、できるだけもっと鉄拳を家で楽しんでいただこうといろいろアップデートをしたいなというふうにはもちろん思って頑張っております。ただですね、こんな状況ですので、なかなか持ってくる情報もほとんどというかこのビデオメッセージだけになっちゃうんですけども、ただこんな最中なんで、鉄拳プロジェクトも頑張っていろいろみんなやってるぞっていう現状報告をしようと思って、こういう形で、配信させていただいております。はい、もう鉄拳もですねもうだから5年前のタイトルですよね。それでも、やっぱこの時代なのでできるだけですねオンライン機能を中心にしっかりもう再構築ですか、してできるだけ快適に遊べるようにアップデートしていきたいななんて思ってます。はい、というわけで、引き続き、鉄拳をよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。そんなことでは許されませんよね。はい、分かってます。ちょっと頑張りました。鉄拳プロジェクトもちろん今回も情報用意しております。というわけで、しのごの言わずに見てもらいましょう。
Dude, this guy knows how to talk to his fans, man.
それでは
Kudos,
VTR
dude.
スタート。レディー
Keep your head up.
元気を出して。
Ooh.
何かと、はいはいはい、わかりました。はい。はい。はい。じゃあこれで撮影しよっか。ね。はい。
Some people...
cute little dog there. So there we go. Season 4 of Tekken 7 has been announced. So I didn't get to see that yesterday. That was my first time seeing that. So nice. I saw Paul's got a new
man. Well, at least they did something, right? They showed us something.
We saw a little bit of a surprise there at the end. So you obviously know who that is. I have no idea who it is. Chat, you guys can try and guess there.
So Rutta's touching that it's 5 years from the release, but that's the arcade, right? 3 years for the release of the console version. We said 5 million recently. Right? We still want to do it on our side as well.
As long as you guys keep buying the game and playing the game, supporting the game, they're going to keep building it up.
I think the character they're teasing is Kunimitsu.
So Harada's it's kind of weird because he's like here, but then he's looking like he's on the stream.
Video because he's got the same thing. Yeah.
But he's just gonna touch on some of the points in case you missed it.
I want to see what the online experience, what he was talking about here.
He's talking about the Wi-Fi. So did you guys notice that, right?
Yes,
that's me. I told them to do this. I told them to do it.
Busted. You guys are busted now. You can't hide.
So for you guys to ask for that, there you go.
You can now. Can you filter though? Is the question.
So we're just saying that we did notice that it's 50% Wi-Fi players.
Users, yeah.
PC saying that
that's Kunimitsu for sure.
Call it that landline.
Yeah, you pretty much
is
PC
more
is
common
be,
because
it's connected directly.
Yeah. This is something that people have been asking for a long time to be able to see that.
Which was for a refund. Right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like 4 in there. So it's almost 3 a.m. here. Very disappointed. Well, now that I calmed down a little bit from that major disappointment.
Because of just the current circumstances.
At least I'm happy we have Samurai Showdown Season 3.
Everyone's stuck at home.
I wanted a trailer for that maybe or something.
He said it.
But no King of Fighters 15, man. It's been over a year, dude. Why do you do that? I mean, just an update.
But the variable
anything, you know?
Adjust the rate. There's games that do it to 6. Or Tekken was only set at 3 before.
Yeah.
Oh, so disappointing.
So there's various ways to do it right.
Let me know, guys, what people are saying on Twitter.
And you're fine. We're saying that for 3D, the way that the animations are created are so much different than 2D games. That the animation, when it rolls back, is a lot more visible. It's quite different than for 3D and 2D. And so the way you have the key buffers or the way you create the animation, a lot of the stuff you have to do is so much more intense than just, hey, do rollback and paste it in. But he's saying we've been doing some we did some betas, like closed, or not closed, but what do you say, internally, and the results are pretty good at the moment. The response is improved. Also, the ranking is something that we're changing a bit.
Yeah, they mentioned it before when they were talking about matching and stuff, right? We saw the Tekken.
We should have been in the trailer that said the Tekken prowess.
Well, hopefully, they're going to learn from this roundtable. I mean, I'm sure the feedback is not going to be nice for most of the companies.
The ranks
the
is
exception
of
maybe Namco.
They're going to be reset to a certain degree. Not like,
I mean, this
totally
is
to
really
zero.
ended up being just a discussion table.
So yeah, we do, because of the current circumstances especially,
excuse me,
are working
don't blame
hard
me
to
for being
improve on
sleepy.
that. So there's a lot of stuff that we're working on addition, but this kind of priority really got bumped up because of the whole COVID situation, right?
Just took Nabil and a lot of people.
Yeah, that stuff got brought forward.
I'll be about SNK and King of Fighters 15.
So you're saying that we really want
Do you
to
guys think
show
SNK might drop a trailer
more
yet?
depth?
They're not gone. No, they're definitely not going to drop.
Actually have
anything.
season 4 ready already.
No.
But just the whole COVID situation. And
They already said they're not going to do anything, so a lot of SNK fans already loved the stream. So obviously they're not going to do anything now. It's clearly not for today.
They got Harada cosplay on now.
What?
Harada didn't notice.
No one noticed.
No.
And everyone does for commentators.
Harada said all the foreign commentators are wearing sunglasses. No. Pass on that.
But he said his sunglasses are something that Capcom asked us for. True story though. Capcom USA told him to do it because he's the bad guy. That was back during the Street Fighter Cross Tekken stuff.
You have to wear the sunglasses
yeah,
because you're the bad guy.
was like the good guy and Harada's the bad guy. But then everyone came to expect it, so he has to play along, right? One more from Yasuda from Bandai Namco about esports.
From Yasuda-san, right?
So let's check out the slide. Online challenge events coming soon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man, this hurts.
It was supposed to be
the TWT was supposed to be going
Orleans,
on.
right? New
Soul
Orleans
Calibur World Tour as well. And we had to postpone all that stuff, right? But we know you guys are craving for content, so we're having an online event. And here's kind of the schedule, right?
It's worldwide, nice.
It's divided into regions, so
you know what, Neurochild? It's more like you get
in different so the
PlayStation
dates line up with different areas, right?
Okay. $5, and you think somebody gave you the PlayStation as a gift, and you open the box and there's nothing. That's
10 in total.
That's what this stream felt to me, except one. You still got something in there in that
like
box.
The usual kind of time schedule of each year.
Some cool things, which is the Samurai Showdown Season 3. At least we have that.
It's kind of like a 2-day format, right? On Saturday, we're going to have the open entry
Orochi Yashiro. Nope. No King of Fighters 15. And they won't talk about it. They said we have to wait a little bit longer.
Chosen players that
they did announce Samurai Showdown Season 3, though.
Are these tournaments leading up to anything? Or is it each separate individual tournament?
At the moment, they're just separate entities, yeah.
If you need a Paul player, man, I'm down. Invite me out here. Tekken 7 pre-event.
You know how everyone loves Paul players.
They love them, man.
SNK cannot do online tournaments.
Before that, yeah, we had
US West.
With the King of
August
Fighters
15th through 16th. This is a kind of a pre-event that we'd already kind of planned ahead of time, just to give you guys something cool to check out.
Makes sense. It's in California, of course. We got to do everything California here.
Yeah.
So getting the little
dude,
precursor.
Getting really sleepy here.
I wonder how restricted it's going to be on regions. Is there going to be like a minimum connection check or something like that?
Those are all things that they're kind of fleshing out now, and we'll be releasing more details on the homepage.
So much
hope. Actually, the rule set's going to be uploaded today.
That hope was
if you go
shattered.
Check out some SGG. You can see all the
It says
stuff.
it's live. So go ahead in there. Again, US West residents only, please. Obama ran a tournament in Japan and said Japan only, and some guy was like, "Can I enter?" It's like, "What prefecture are you from?" It's like, "New York." I'm from New York. I don't know that one. I can't find.
You know how my hopes felt like? Felt like from Ant that was coming out from its anthill for the first time. Really happy, excited, running around.
Fighters just
you know, thinking
that
today's the day. And then the giant boot stepping on it, smashing it into pieces.
So for information on the events
exactly
we were just talking about, go to these individual websites. And next, Dragon Ball Fighters, right?
Okay.
So you got a show, an announcement of announcement.
I mean, sometimes it's what you got to do, right?
Yep.
Not everyone had expected to do it right now, and then you also mentioned
it hasn't been announced
you know,
that it's August 6th yet. It's just a rumor. We don't have any
schedules are getting thrown out. So
well, the teams they had their own separate plans moving. We tried to converge as many as we could, but they had this cool
announcement to come
spectacular
in
show
August for
coming
the
up.
Dragon Ball
So
Z.
you guys should check it out.
All right.
Yeah. So August. It is August now. So this month, guys, all you Dragon Ball fans, and there's a lot of you guys that were asking for stuff on Twitter, but just hang in there a little bit longer. I know it hurts. I know when you wake up expecting that
Something
Christmas
big,
present
right?
under the tree is not there, but it's coming. It's on the way. So just hang in there, everybody.
So you're just talking about, we even approached Nintendo and some other companies, and everyone has their own plans, obviously.
Yeah.
So some people could readjust them enough to participate, and some couldn't. So he's talking about Hiroki is gained weight during. Wow, this is like okay.
I'm not translating this.
Yeah.
ちょっとまだ出せる仕上がってなくて。
You said that her plans to get in shape didn't match up with the stream.
That's
So
why she
she
didn't want to appear. She didn't feel confident.
I get it, dude. I put on weight during COVID. I'm out running.
Didn't you teach this guy? Like, there's some things you just can't say.
I'll get to it.
You're not supposed to say.
He hasn't done our media training course, I suppose.
He's gonna get a call from HR, I think, right? He's
not me. I'm not
we just translated, guys. We didn't do 100% translation there.
You look sad.
Okay.
I'm more sleepy than sad.
There you go. Your Soul Calibur,
I'm
Tekken
disappointed,
fan,
but I'm happy about Samurai Shodown
new,
Season 3, but I'm not getting extremely
Soul Calibur's
sleepy.
got a new update. We have
Tekken Season 4.
Tekken announcements. We have online tournament series coming out, so definitely look forward to that. And if you're a Wi-Fi player, I mean, maybe now is the time to maybe try and test out the LAN cable before Season 4 comes. But finally, Arxis, I can't wait.
Oh, your title, man. Let's see what Ozawa-san has for us.
He took the final spot here. So I was reading the Twitter thread because they announced that they're gonna reveal something today. So everyone had all the character picks that they wanted, the character picks they don't wanted.
And this is how I kind of knew you. I'm like, that's that crazy foreigner that lives in Japan, that great Guilty Gear player.
Yeah, the announcement, honestly, the announcement.
Here we go. They're going to announce another online tournament. You know, the World Tours are all shifting to online.
So
here we go.
Japan and
except for, again, Samurai Shodown Season 3 was a good announcement.
It is confirmed that they
could
will
have
be
been
running
done
it.
better.
So these are the games in Japan.
Silhouette, just something.
Let's go.
But anyway, we got something.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Samurai Shodown Season 3, I'm really happy for that.
Blue and Tag Battle, huh?
Yeah. Central Fiction, which is great because Central Fiction doesn't have too many events now. A lot of people move to Tag Battle, so that's really exciting.
Unist as well,
Under Night Ember. So this is
2 months at most.
All the anime games that you really want to see.
I'm not gonna get hyped for that state of play.
So this should be good.
Thing that they're saying it's
the
gonna be on
connection,
PlayStation
at least
5.
in Japan, amongst each other.
Now I won't get overhyped for anything
play.
again until I see it happen.
More details will be
until I have an official announcement.
It's this year, so looking forward to that.
Other than that, I'm just not.
And now in
I'm
America,
not gonna go there again.
America's just gonna have 2 games here. So BlazBlue
Well,
Cross
I'm
Tag
more
and then
up
Grand
for
Blue
the
versus here.
Capcom
Supported by
TSB.
Look at that.
This will be fun for sure.
Level Up Esports Stadium.
Please
Kick
speak.
Exceed Games and Marvelous there.
Yep.
Cool. So all you guys in the States, I know, very tragic stuff for Granblue. You know, I like this game a lot. I play it, but it came out during Corona, so never really had a chance for offline events. But the people that have been sticking with it since the start,
Not
they've
even
been
a
asking for,
KOFO2
let's get some big events. Well,
not
here you
even
go.
that, Melody. Not
We
even
can see.
that.
Next slide. What?
Whoa, that's awesome. Just the fan art of all the different games. Damn.
That's pretty tight.
Sick, yeah. That's a real, man, that's awesome. Yeah, the devs are all hyped too. I'm Team Blue though. I'm definitely on Team Blue. I'm on Team Blue, man. I'm Team Blue. They got Persona though. Unfortunately, this is BB Tag, man. I got hyped for it. I was like, come on, let's see some Persona, but that's BB Tag representation right there. Yeah.
So you said it's on the homepage,
yeah,
and
you
go
guys
check
can
it out?
download it, make a wallpaper or whatever. That's beautiful, man. That's my girl in the back, S. The one with the sword.
About October is when to look out for the tournament, right?
Yeah, for the details there. Great. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So the winners of Grand Blue and BB Tag, the American
Japan
ones,
and the America.
So
Yeah.
next
Put them
spring,
together.
next spring
Well,
there'll be
people
a
are saying
showdown.
about this.
So that's something if you win, you got something to look forward to in the future there. Strive announcement.
Here we go.
New
info. Here we go. He's got it.
Yeah, we have a trailer. Cool. Oop. Guilty Gear Strive. This game looks awesome.
I love how this game looks, dude. Graphics, man, that's amazing. Huge, pretty awesome. It's definitely a game I'm gonna get into. I love this. Next character, trailer. Oh wow, 2 trailers. Crazy. Now go to you, the new character. Whoa, that's a big ass sword. Dude, this looks awesome. Whoa. Dude, really awesome. Man, what crazy range. Dude. Really nice. Really nice. And that's coming to PlayStation 5, obviously. Awesome. Dude, that is awesome, man. This game is crazy. In early October. Early 2021. I can't wait for this game too, man. It looks awesome. Wow.
Right?
Nice.
Really nice.
2
It's
characters.
Gorilla season, baby. It's
Really?
Gorilla season. 2 characters. Leo Whitefang, that is my boy. I saw everyone on Twitter like, please no Leo,
Well
please
done,
no Leo. He's
Arxis.
back, baby.
Well
We're going to be
done.
botting everybody online. And then this is the Mysterious Samurai. We got his name reveal as well.
New character, right?
Yeah, Nagori Yuki. So
Nagori Yuki.
they showed him off the very, very, very first trailer of Guilty Gear, and then there's been no new information since then. So finally, we got him. We got some playable footage. It looks like he's got 2 different modes or something too.
Exactly what Ozawa
Nagori Yuki. Yay.
Ozawa-san is touching on at the moment as well.
They finally give his They're saying we didn't have his name or details, so finally he's got an official name here. Leo, how did they pick Leo? I thought Leo was gonna be like 3 years down the line. They put him out right on the start.
Dude,
Maybe they saw your saving Guilty Gear tweets.
Definitely reminds me of the Afro Samurai. That was nice.
I like this new redesign. All the redesigns they look a little bit older.
Yeah.
Right?
This game looks awesome.
A little more mature.
Nice touch there, right?
King
of Fighters 15 trailer next
Yeah,
week.
and
Dude,
then
I'm not
down
gonna
there
get
they
excited
got,
until I have an
PlayStation 5, so
official
I just don't know any
confirmation.
details on that.
Not
but
gonna
this
happen
is
again. I'm
confirmed on
way
PS5.
too
The game
excited
looks so
thinking about this
beautiful. I'm sure it'll
non-stop
look better
for
on
the whole
PS5.
time.
Yeah.
So, well,
There's an
at least
arcade
again,
release
until
too.
that season
They
3 Samurai
announced
Showdown,
down
so that
there,
makes
so
me happy.
just hurry up and release, man.
Wow. Oh, dude, I'm so freaking
next,
sleepy.
spring. Yeah, it was supposed to be this fall, but they announced they're pushing it back until next spring.
But that's Arc System Works spring, so maybe it really is spring. You know, it's not Tekken spring, which would be what, winter or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. They said the next announcement's going to be in August too, right? So. Or not,
Really? October, right?
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, October. They said new information, but not just that. I think the one in October is going to be even bigger. So they said there's going to be a lot more stuff in there. So look forward to that.
Yeah, I'm okay,
Dude,
as
soon as it's over, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going to rewatch that trailer like 20 times. Got to break it down. I want to see everyone. I want to see everybody on Twitter. But I think he's going to try.
Wow. He's just asking who's the
hardest one to work with?
Yeah, the other publishers. He said if it just popped out, it would have been so entertaining. He was trying to trick him, but it didn't work. Yes is proposing who's like
who's the easiest to work with partner.
That's another difficult question for Japanese people. Though.
Yeah.
I'll make a video tomorrow where I talk about this event.
You know, he spent
when
too
I'm
much
awake.
time overseas.
I'm really sleepy now.
Yeah, I think so.
And just sum up what happened.
So that's all we have planned at the moment, right?
But yeah, this is just the first time. You know, it was kind of last-minute planning too, right? So it's amazing that it came together and everything. Guys, if you like it, please let them know online. We want to see more. We can get more topics, different discussions for the next time.
It'd be cool to do it again. You get to see more of Jiuna and myself too, if that happens.
But let's
With
see.
our special skills for Japan, right?
There we go. So yeah, so Fuhi now is signing off. So this is going to be the end of the first one. I had a great time. We had a lot of cool reveals and announcements. We had a nice behind-the-scenes talk.
Yeah, you never see the
this whole
insight from all
thing.
these
I
different
mean, the
people in the
idea
same
behind
room.
it is
I mean,
great,
each might
but
have
the
their
way it
own
was done,
panel
and I
or
can
whatever,
understand
but
this. This is
talking
a
to each
last
other
minute
about
thing,
this is
so
probably the first time
kind of
I've
makes
ever
sense
seen
that it wasn't really
And
well
you know,
planned.
we can't have announcements
But
all
in the
the time,
future,
but
I
they can
would
always talk. So I would like
prefer
to see
if
this
they do
more.
subtitles,
As
so
long
we know
as,
exactly
you
what they're talking
more
about.
time to discuss
And if we do
make some
have,
different topics and things
you know,
like
some
that.
trailers, like everybody
Keep
is
in mind,
part of this
each one of these
roundtable
dudes
should
is
bring
super high up in
something
their
to the
respective
table.
companies, right? So I hate to think of all the meetings and other stuff they have to do every day.
Waving with Mori there.
All right, guys.
So they're having every person just say their kind of their farewells and their thank yous, right? So Ozawa-san, just thank you very much.
Ishitani-san talking about PS4 and Steam updates. So already started. If you have the time, please check it out. And he believes that the online experience should be better. But any feedback you might have, he would love to hear it on Twitter.
Again, if you guys are part of that rollback wagon, please follow Fighting Inc.'s layer. Give them their feedback, their testing with everybody and taking data from around the world to try and develop their system.
And he enjoyed the stream and hopes that it'll happen again. So maybe you should buy some sunglasses.
He's like, man, maybe I should get some sunglasses too. He's like, I thought maybe I want to join the sunglass team.
Just saying that, like, you could talk, but it doesn't matter. People can't see where your eyes are.
It's like he's hyping up sunglasses.
He's probably sleeping, right? He's mastered sleeping without getting caught.
Sunglasses are great. Like nobody can tell where you're looking during a meeting and stuff.
It's for the group.
So who we got next?
それでは、続きまして SNK 様よりまず
So we got SNK Oda-san and Kuroki-san here.
はい、本日は、この中に、参加させていただいてありがとうございます。
Yeah, right. Thank you for letting us participate in this and everything.
8月6日にですね、コースミー無料コンテンツで
Yeah, and so the new DLC character in Samurai Showdown is free, so she's free, so download it right there. But it's also happening during the free Street Fighter. All these guys are releasing stuff around like the same exact time in the next few days.
Next up is going to be Kuroki-san. See what he's got to say.
Oh, he said they said King of Fighters finally. Yeah. So, look forward to King of Fighters details in the short future, guys. They apologized for not having it ready for today.
So I kind of know that we're mad.
You gotta give everyone a little bit of a break because of the COVID corona situation and everything.
That we're gonna get some King of Fighters 15 news in shortly.
Thank you all for
participating
today.
I'll believe it when I see it.
5 will continue. And we're going to try our best, so if you will support us, it'd be great.
Yeah. Thank you for holding this event, first of all, right? He's really happy. And he's like, I definitely want to do it again. I definitely want to do a number 2.
Yeah, they're feeling.
What do you say? He wants to have an illustration or
something?
Something about all the characters?
But yeah, Samurai Showdown Season 3, so I'll focus on that.
Yeah, I think he's talking about having an illustration.
That's my secret of life, guys.
Start with that.
Something disappoints, focus on the thing that don't disappoint. So,
thank you very much.
Moving on to Samurai Showdown Season 3.
Bandai, right?
Bandai Namco.
It's up
Bandai is a
to you.
different company.
You got to do it. Bandai Namco. You got a new weekly show you got to start.
Danny Star, I feel bad for people who stayed up late for this. Don't rub it, man.
Nakayama-san also saying he had
It's
a very good
3:10
time.
here.
He wishes that we could continue and even maybe have some kind of tournament in the
2
future.
or 3, and yeah, that'd be cool if they had a developer game tournament or
That
something.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Mr.
Next
Den,
we got Shimbori-san.
as Slade says that every Thursday we have
Thank you all for tuning in today.
some fun Samurai Showdown online matches, so you'll be welcome to join it.
And even though DOA is kind of
on a break right now.
on a break,
Let's go.
thank you for calling us to this opportunity.
プレイしていただいているっていう現
Like
状もあり
they
ますし、
may not want to
こう
make
やっ
the same
て
mistakes.
呼んでいただ
Yeah,
い
probably.
て、この格闘ゲームを
Definitely careful.
仲間たちがこんなにもいるんだなっていうのを
But everyone's still playing the game and supporting it.
で、
And
Yeah, I think it's
to
pretty
be in
much
the
over.
same virtual room with all these
So
developers.
we're not gonna get anything after this. So I'm just gonna
we
cut
feel
it
like,
short here
you
because
know,
I'm
friends.
really sleepy, as you can tell.
And it's a great feeling to be together.
So thank you guys for being here. Thank you
And I hope to
for
be able to
joining me as I watch this.
hang out with Harada more often.
Overhyped, excited, disappointed, happy again.
It's like this kind of idea, or
sleepy.
being
So,
part of this
thank
event
you for
here and
being
hanging
there
out with all these
throughout
greats
these
kind of
all,
motivated him to keep
you know,
working hard because he
emotional
wants to keep
roller
being involved
coaster.
with all the other producers out here.
But the good thing is that we do have Samurai Shodown Season 3 confirmed. And Samurai Show and the King of Fighters 15 news the fact that they're focusing on the very
Thank you guys for
soon.
watching as well until the very
Maybe
end.
that
It's been,
rumor
2
about
hours
the
now.
state of play is true. Maybe they're talking about next month's the Tokyo Game Show Online. So we'll see. Either way, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Those of you who are subscribers know that I do put a lot of effort. I make a lot of videos.
Version to play. So
if you're an
like, everyone,
SNK
please
fan,
download the game.
definitely
Please keep supporting it because
consider
right now they
subscribing.
said they're kind of taking a
Again,
break of
thank you
developing
guys
and
so
updating the
much.
game, but they still want
And
to.
see you
They
tomorrow
still
for a
want to do
recap
more.
video.
The more you guys
What
support
happened
it, seems
today.
like more Shimbori-san
When,
can work
get
internally
better.
to
They can
do
get some
stuff.
money in the budget. So it's free.
less
Give it a try.
sleepy.
Give it a download.
All right.
Next from Yasuda Esports.
Take it easy, guys.